Big
All
goals,
right.
big goals.
Just started the recording. If everything goes well with this recording, I will probably start streaming on the next one.
Cool. Do you want us to keep our videos up then?
What's that?
Do you want us to keep our videos up then? So, like,
It doesn't matter. Right now, I have a banner over our videos, so all they
Cool.
can hear is the sound. Yep.
sweet. All right.
And we can just continue to do that if we don't want to share our videos. It's just fine.
All right.
So it looks like everyone is on Fantasy Grounds. Looks like everyone is on Zoom. So you probably saw the message of the day. Maybe you even watched the recap video. So you all were having a nice little conversation with Daggalt, Neverember. Really having a nice chance to catch up, chat with each other. After, of course, watching a giant dragon transform into something very evil and fly away. You came back, you talked with Daggalt, and right in the middle of your meeting, sure enough, kaboom. And you looked outside, you saw it was Thalivar's tower, and all hell is breaking loose. Wooden shards are raining down on the town. There's a giant column of light shooting straight up into the air. Zwasos took immediately to the air. Most of Neverember's guards are now gathering up townsfolk and trying to get them to the docks, while the folk band rush towards Thalivar's tower. So I think Zwasos, being very flighty, is probably going to be the first person to reach the tower, followed shortly by Nyx. Zwasos is flying to the top of the tower. Nyx is running to the bottom of the tower. I'm going to have each of you reach the tower, and then I think we'll roll initiative depending upon what happens to see how long it takes everyone else to kind of get to the tower, and see what you all see.
Well, next, real quick, as I'm approaching the tower, like where my token is that true to my positioning at this moment?
Not really. I just had to place you all on the map so that we could get that far.
You said that you were flying up to where it exploded, like where the planar beacon was.
Yeah.
I can't get near the planar beacon, so I'm at the bottom right now.
Well, assuming the planar beacon is still functional in that
Oh,
so-
I think we're about to find out it's functional of a lot of things.
Yes. So what I was going to ask, Nick, is do I see any sign of any of those beasties that what's his face was doing experiments on?
So your initial look at the tower, you could see kind of large shadows moving across there's a kind of a big window right there. The window's kind of been shattered out. The closer you get, the more you can kind of see inside the tower, and you do see that there's something going on in the tower.
Movement.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Okay.
And you can all hear the sounds coming from the tower. You hear some small explosions. You hear the sound of metal on metal. So you can hear that there's maybe something going on the top of the tower.
Okay. Do we have any reason to believe that there'd be anything other than the beasties and Thalivar in there? Like you said, metal on metal. So are there guards in there?
You don't know. You can't see yet, but
okay.
I mean, you can make the leap that Galio is probably not trying to fight something with a sword.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought.
The soldier that was stationed in there with him, I don't remember his name. The guy who didn't like Daggalt.
Oh, Has Yoram.
Was he in the meeting with us with Daggalt?
He was initially in the meeting, but he was one of the first to leave the meeting. So he was gone from the meeting for a good few minutes before. He was in the town council part of the meeting. He was not in the folk band part of the meeting.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I watched
So
him
he
leave.
left before you all chatted with Daggalt.
Yeah,
But we know that he wasn't like at his post in the tower when this happened.
He was. I watched him, possibly.
Oh,
It's
that's
possible,
right. Yeah.
because I was outside, but while you guys were inside, and I watched as much as I could, but rolled really shitty. So all the person that I could see was Has walking back towards the tower, and entered the tower, and then I was trying to find Griselda because she said that she wasn't really happy with us, and I was like, oh shit. Like trying to see where she was gonna go, and then couldn't find her. So
Well, that timing seems awfully coincidental to me. Not sure that I trust that.
So then,
the guy that has a target of Daggle in his office and flips it around so nobody sees it? No.
He's a good guy. Very friendly. Very accommodating. You know, like Griselda.
yeah. So
At least Griselda will
you can
tell
hear me,
you
right?
she hates you. What?
Hear me,
I
right?
can hear
Hello?
you. We can hear you now.
yeah,
Hi. I'm getting a weird effect in my headphones, so I'm going to change to my phone audio. So I'm just going to get my Bluetooth headphones real quick.
Okay.
Cool.
That's a big
so the question remains, like, I guess I'll sending Stone down to Nyx and ask. There's commotion up here at the top of the tower. What do you want me to do?
What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Fight!
Well, I'm tempted to just blow the whole thing up with a fireball, but I don't know who's in there.
Well, good luck to who's in there.
So I will say that as Nyx is reaching the bottom doors into the tower, Zwasos, you are close enough to the window where you can kind of see inside.
Okay,
I'll give Mario a second to get back before I describe what it is that you see.
that works.
Dun dun dun. What I was
You
about to
guys-
say about Griselda earlier is that at least Griselda will say she hates you to your face and is very
Yeah.
blunt. Like, Has is the kind of person like you gotta watch out for because backstabber. He was the one that like ran away, wasn't he? In the very beginning, it was the
Yes.
oh.
The super brave sergeant of the guards. Yes, that would
Totally.
be him.
Totally.
Who's always been a big fan of yours. All right. So Zwasos, you are flying up. You get close enough where the nice big window that used to be there, you can see is kind of shattered. There are shards of glass kind of along the edges of the window panes. The top floor is now like it was when you first arrived in Leilon. It's now open to the sky again, but the walls now are mostly intact. In the center of the room, you can see lies the broken pieces of the marvelous geode that was the Planar Beacon. Where the crystal cylinder was, there's now just a faint glow, like an after image, where the column of light is still kind of in. You can kind of see motes of light as if it's not just a solid column, but it's kind of light going up. So you see this kind of bursting column of light going up. And you can see kind of right on the floor where this cylinder used to be. You see the Galio's unmoving body, and in his outstretched hand, you see a small glowing blood red stone. The rest of the room is in total chaos, as you can see that the creatures that were once held in thrall are no longer held in place. The entire room looks to be in complete chaos as monsters fight with guards. You can see all these people. About you. Which one do you need? I can't see. Them.
Oh, what? Mario, you may have to log out and log back in. It's I don't know if you can hear
Having
me.
trouble connecting your audio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still saying. Oh yeah, you could.
Hmm?
Oh, can you hear it?
Oh, wait.
Wait. Unmute yourself. Can you?
No.
Still connecting. So Zwasos. Oh, Mario, can you hear us? I don't think so.
No, I just messaged him saying to log out and log back in.
Yeah, there he goes.
All right.
Cool. So I'm here. We're not in initiative yet.
No, you will be in just a moment.
Okay.
As soon as I
We're
finish
kind of
describing what you see, if you're gonna
yeah.
take an action, we're gonna roll initiative.
I mean, can I hold until the folk band?
If you want.
I mean,
You can hold for a round.
You can hold as long as you want.
Oh.
yeah, no, I'm saying I don't want to kick initiative off until they get here. I mean, but that's you know, me the player. That's what I don't want to do.
Right.
Whether that's a you know an applicable character choice.
I mean, they're as far as token placement, I'm going to have everyone start where their token is. So once it's their turn, it's just a matter of running into the tower and I assume running up the stairs if that's what you want to do. But you'll also have a moment to interact with whatever it is you come across.
Okay, so is there, based on what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I've got some more description for you, but I'm just waiting.
Oh, shutting up.
To jump back on. No, it's okay. It's just whatever question you may have might be answered by the description that's coming in.
I don't think it will, but I was going to ask if, so there's these 4 creatures that are in there, right? The 4 interdimensional.
There's more than 4, but I understand the 4 you're talking about.
Yeah. Is any one of them seeming to be a more prominent threat than the others?
I'll describe the scene in a moment.
Okay. All right. So then.
Each one of these is a floor, Nick. This is a 4-story building.
Yep. This is the bottom floor.
Yep.
This is the 2nd floor. That's the 3rd floor. And that's the 4th floor. And the stairwell is a circle that goes all the way up to the top floor and has the landings on each floor.
Cool.
What sort of like running, so like would someone have to cover these 4 squares in order to, you know, essentially climb a story?
Yeah.
You know, in accordance with their speed?
Yeah. All right. We get you, Mario?
Yeah, I'm just gonna deal with the effect. Can I get a super abridged version of like what happened the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, I kind of stopped.
Yeah, we stopped when you left.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So you could hear, yeah. So I'm not sure if you heard the first part. I'll start at the beginning. So Zwasos gets to the top floor. It's again open to the sky, but the walls are mostly intact. In the center of the room lies the broken pieces of the geode that was the planar beacon. Where the crystal cylinder was around the beacon, there's now just a faint glow, like an after image, where the column of light is still blasting up out of what seems to be the floor.
Okay.
Galio's unmoving body rests on the floor, and his outstretched hand is a glowing blood red stone.
Okay. Cool.
As Zwasos gets a little bit closer, he can see that there's inside this room, there are 2 other robed wizards that you recognize as being part of Dagalt's emissary. So it was the 2 wizards that arrived with him. They are in the room. There's 4 more guards that look to be trying to fight back these former captives, who are now freed and tearing through guardsmen like plows through the earth. The bodies of 7 or 8 other guards already lie bloodied and broken in heaps around the room. A huge centaur-like Minotaur creature has already taken a spear from one of the dead guards, and you watch as he grabs the closest guard by the head and appears to be about to impale him. 2 other guards are holding back a huge bulbous monster, which looks to already be swallowing a pair of human legs.
Okay.
Other 2 creatures seem to be huddled in the back corner, the winged creature acting more as a guard of sorts for the other one. They're watching the room, but otherwise seem to content to stay back. As Zwasos, as you kind of appear close enough in the window, you see one of the wizards kind of catch you out of the corner of his eye, and he just screams out, "Dear God, help us kill them!" And you can see he's preparing to cast a spell.
Well then.
And that is where we are going to roll initiative.
I
Yeah.
love rolling initiative.
Fantastic.
So you get so Zwasos is getting yelled at by the wizards and Nyx. All right.
Everybody's
What do you
yelled
want me to do? Like literally, all I see in my head is like him asking to the sending stone, "What do you want me to do?" And both the wizard and Nyx is like, "God, fight, man!" Oh my god.
Whoa!
God
Look at
damn
these-
it.
Look at these rolls.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Those rolls are whoa, whoa.
Nat 20, baby.
Wow.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Nice. Okay.
I guess that's-
Wow.
Has everybody rolled? Okay.
I have no roll for Bubble, but we say that he acts on the same turn, right?
The same turn as ma'am.
All right, ma'am. What you're 17?
Cool.
17s. There are other 17s. All right, so we're gonna give Bubble a 17 also. All right, and it is not okay.
All right, I'm gonna put the order in.
Okay, so this guy, he's gonna kind of, yeah, he's holding his ground. All right, now Rook, you are gonna be first
Wow.
to act here.
Jesus. All right, so I'm just gonna like run and dash to the top.
That's close as much as you can.
Yeah.
All right, as you kind of open the door there. What about you? Where are you?
Let's see if I can like. Wait, no, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna. How high is the building?
That's an excellent question. I'd say 10 feet per floor, right? That's about right. So
Yep.
the top floor is about 40 feet up.
All right. I guess I'll just dimension door up there.
Okay.
Would
Uh,
Would you like to take somebody with you?
Yeah, I do.
ooh, that's right. You can do that.
Who wants to come with me? Who wants to come with me? I will
Who are you
dimension
next
door
to?
to the top.
I'm already at the bottom of the stair. I'm already at the entrance. So whoever is next to you, I'm fine. Grab whoever.
Who is the worst like running speed? I guess, ma'am.
Probably two.
Yeah, probably two or
Uh,
more, honestly, because ma'am's gonna, or are you gonna blade some? You gonna wait to blade some until you get up there?
I mean, I potentially have a way to get up there.
Oh, right.
It's not ideal. I'd use some resources. I don't know what Tuabor's plan is. I'd say take him if he isn't gonna have a way to get up there.
Give away.
You have a way.
Okay. Well then,
That-
Then
ma'am.
I'd say take ma'am just because ma'am, closer, higher up on initiative. She she wouldn't have to stand there as long.
Didn't think about that. All right, ma'am, take my hand.
Ma'am grabs onto you.
Bam. I'm gonna dimension door this bitch.
All
How
right.
about you?
So
About you.
you can dimension door to a place that you know. So obviously you don't have to see where you're going. Where do you want to dimension door to?
I want to dimension door.
Knowing that Naruk can't see into that room.
There's like a window, right?
There is a window.
To a window.
So-
I'm just gonna go to where the window is. I see
Okay.
the window.
Okay, so just Zwasos maybe, can Zwasos maybe from above?
You're
Like-
fine. You're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm
Okay.
not gonna- But I mean, I don't know that you're gonna like where you land, but I'm not gonna put you inside something.
Cool.
So you see a flash of arcane energy, and Rook and Ma'am suddenly appear inside the room, and you appear to just pure chaos.
Two giant creatures.
Yep.
Ma'am
see-
just looks at this massive thing right in front of her and just gets
Whoa.
a little smile on her face and says, "Just where I like it." Grabs onto her warhammer.
I love it.
You still have a bonus action, Mario.
Yep. You got bonus action and some movement if you want to use either.
Yeah. I'm good on movement. Bonus action. I will give inspiration to Mab
Yes.
because she deserves inspiration.
Because she's wonderful. And we're so happy to have her.
She's a wonderful creature.
She looks at you and says, "You know, Knaruck, I'm not in a game of playing favorites, but you make it awful hard."
So much.
Awesome.
Hold my
All
beer.
right. So Knaruck, is that your turn?
I'm just trying to think of a comeback, but it's going to take a while. So, yeah, it's my turn.
Let's see. Okay, so this spiked creature here, just covered in spikes and looking awfully evil, sees these two new combatants enter the room, and just takes a step behind its friend, and that's going to be its turn.
Oh, home is where the heart is. No,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. All right,
All right,
that was my comeback though.
let's
All right.
see.
Ma'am just slaps you on the shoulder and nods.
Thank you.
You hear Galileo just kind of moan a little bit from where he is, and that's that. All right, Nyx, you are up.
Oh, goody. Well, I mean, I'm at the bottom of the tower, so this is closed. I need it open. Okay. Oh, I don't have a. I have free move on. I don't have a. Oh, okay.
Oh, I haven't locked tokens. Okay, I suppose I can lock tokens. Okay.
I mean, with feline agility and a dash, you can probably get to the top floor from where you are.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. 95 movement will get you just inside the room on the top floor.
Hang on, I had to do math. So feline agility doubles my base speed, so that
Yeah.
gets me to 90. Then I can do
Yeah.
step of the wind to get me a dash action. All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So 90 movement gets you there. So you
And then I need to step of the
and
wind.
you run past two guards at the bottom floor, and they kind of see you run in, and they're like holding their shields and spears, and they just look like terrified in place. Not like petrified or anything, but just like they're scared. We
Are they
were told to
defend-
watch the entrance. As you
Told
like
to
zip
wa-
past, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Ugh. All right,
Why-
I was gonna wonder whether I could be like, help fight on the top floor, but if they're stationed there, whatever. Like,
I mean,
I'm not gonna.
if you want to try to, convince them to come with you, you can try.
I'm
to
not
do that.
gonna try to convince them. I'll just be like, there's so many monsters on the top floor, come on! And then I'm just gonna keep running. So whether or not they take that regard,
All right, very good.
I'm
Very
not
good.
wasting my action trying to convince them. So bonus action, step of the wind, use the key point already. I'm a step in. Oh, that's closed. No wonder.
Oh.
Open?
Oh,
Is
I
it?
may have closed it
Yeah,
on you again. Sorry.
It says it's reading open for me.
Okay. So I'm running 10 feet. Can I assess the situation very quickly, or will that use my action?
Yeah, no, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. You've got a couple of guards holding back this giant centaur creature, who's grabbed one of the guards, the bottom guard. He's got it by the head in one arm, and he's got his spear ready to ram into him. And then
Do
the
I
bottom
see-
one, the bottom one looks like it's just attacking anything near it. And then you've got the two bad guys over in the corner that just kind of seem like they're in defensive postures, not attacking.
Not engaging.
Yep.
Okay. I have a lot of languages I can use. All right. So in all of my languages that I have, so Celestial, Infernal, and Sylvan, I'm just gonna be part of the folk band. So sorry. Point to Galio on the floor, just be like, he's the reason you guys got locked up in the first place. I'm from the Feywild, da 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 da, and just like keep running my mouth as I go up, and I'm gonna grab Galio and try to pull him away from the planar beacon. So this is 10, 20 to get to him.
Yep.
And then
And it's half movement to drag him.
yeah, so and then I'm gonna drag him. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna try to drag him back towards the door and get him out of the room. So.
And what kind of action cost would there be to pocket that gem?
That's just an item interaction. If you want to take it. If you want to
Can
grab it.
Or maybe not bring it into the fight is probably better.
Does Ma'am see Nyx dragging him away?
Yeah.
As she sees that, she's gonna shout out, Nyx, I probably wouldn't touch that stone if I were you.
There's just like a half thumbs up. I take one of the many rags and things that I have. I'm gonna like try to. Is there a way to like? No, I use my action.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you
So
could.
my item
you
interaction.
could
So
pull out a rag with your item interaction.
yeah. So my item interaction instead, I'm gonna hold Galio the wrist, like the forearm that has the hand that's grabbing the stone. I'm just gonna start shaking it.
Yeah, he'll drop, like he's pretty much unconscious. Like if you just slap his hand, he'll drop it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start shaking the hand, but I'm just like, and that's it. So they just see me drag his body and then start.
Okay. Did you drag him into the stairwell or just outside the door?
I was gonna try to drag him into the stairwell if I had enough movement.
Okay. I'll just say that you drag him into that, and you kind of shove his body into that corner, and then you'll shake the stone free into that little spot there.
Sweet, thank you. That doesn't go down the stairs. That's like a little.
That's like a landing. Yeah, the stairs go
Yeah.
down the other way, and it's just kind of a landing at the top.
Okay.
Yep.
Whew, I don't want to lose that.
Does that mean that Galio's body's not in the way of anybody coming up the stairs?
Correct.
It's not.
Yeah, I assume that's what you wanted to do. Get him out.
I mean, there's only Tuabor, and I imagine Tuabor has other plans than the stairs.
Stuff his body in the stairwell and call it good.
But I wish I'd been here before this all gone out. And whatever, I'm shutting up.
Yeah. So yeah, and so Nyx is still like halfway, like shaking the arm, still like through every language that they know, just being like, "We're part of the folk. So sorry. It was this asshole who froze you. It's not us. We're trying to get you home. I'm so sorry." Like just like repeating, like looping that over and over again. And that's
Standing by the window.
Is anything responding?
So no, at this point, no. You know, that was kind of a flurry of words, and we're the folk band.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily even know that these creatures know anyone's names.
Yeah. So, I mean, this wasn't like an attempt to like calm the situation down. This is just like Nyx is very anxious and doesn't want intelligent creatures that are just aggravated that they got pulled away from their home to be killed for no reason. But if they are going to be attacked or whatever.
All right.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. Okay. So it is this giant centaur-like monster's turn. Let's see. So let's see. Everybody with the exception of Tuabor suddenly hears a voice in your mind. but it's speaking in a language that I'm pretty sure none of you know. But let's find out.
Nope.
Anyone?
I got nothing.
Oh, God,
Dude, is it set up so that if you type in a language, the computer like knows what languages we speak and it pops up and we can read it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
If you speak the actual language, you'll also see a translation.
That's very
oh my
cool.
God, that's so awesome.
So I'm assuming nobody saw the translation.
No.
So you hear just garbled language in your mind.
That was good. That was like reverse. Like, you know, when you spin a vinyl in reverse, that was good.
All right, and then this one, while holding the southern guard here, is going to attack with his thing here. Did I give him that?
I got confused earlier when you said taking a spear. I thought you were saying that there was like a spear like sticking out of his haunch.
Oh no, like he had stolen a spear
He
from
had-
one of the
he had,
guards.
like,
Yeah.
taken possession of him.
Yes.
Boo.
Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Let's see if he hits first. Okay, good. So he took a little bit of damage, and you see him pull his arm back and go to ram it again.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, and even
Oof.
holding him, he just misses. Right. And then after making those two attacks, you see his tail whip around. I don't remember if I showed this picture, but just to make sure you all know.
Oh, cute.
Woo!
And you see that tail whip around towards the guard. And that one is going to hit him. You see him take some damage that time.
Oh,
And you see the tail just go straight through the center of the guard and come out the back. And the thing just lifts its head in the air and just roars and takes the guard and just slams it down on the ground and looks over at the other guard, and just this wicked grin just appears across its face. And you see the guard just pale with his little spear and shield. Like, oh, fuck. Zwasos.
That god
Okay.
needs to
I'm going to give you a second. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right. Crap, I know what I'm gonna do.
know
It's
what
like I'm all like set and ready because Nick gave me shit about how long I take on my turn. I was like all set and ready to be all like ha 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 ha.
Well, the narrator, when nature calls,
And
Nature called. Sorry.
nature
Like-
called the narrator.
that's a 3rd level spell slot that has been used. Click that off. And then I will use my bonus action.
What did you just do?
I blessed everyone.
Cool.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
I'm going to take my first turn and not do any damage.
We're very appreciative that you actually boosted us.
Well, bless is the best. I've said it 1,000 times. Bless is the best 1st level spell in the game.
Every time you use bless, you say that.
I'm not gonna friggin' miss it. Where's?
I'll keep it in mind.
Hang on. Oh, there it is. Then I'm gonna clear my targets. And I figure we're best taking, creatures. We're targeting one creature at a time and eliminating that threat, just for action economy usage alone. And so since he's already flanked, I'm going to apply the Hexblade Curse to the Audrey 2 over here.
Ha! Audrey too.
Nick, I don't know if it's bothering anybody else, but I see Audrey 2 as yellow.
Yep.
And red. And
yep.
Oh, is that on purpose?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
It hasn't done anything yet, right?
It's been attacking everything it
It's-
moves. It's
Oh,
had
really?
a it's had a
It's
guard's
currently
legs sticking out of it.
swallowing guards' legs.
Oh, that's right. That's
Fine. Ninja.
everything's good. Okay.
I mean, maybe you didn't like that guard. I mean, you know,
It could have been an asshole.
probably was. Too bad it wasn't Has. Well, I guess you haven't seen Has. It could be.
Here's hoping.
That's my turn.
Whose has again?
Okay. All right. So you cast Bless, and then you applied your Hex Curse.
Mhm.
All right. That is your turn. Ma'am is up after
All
just
right.
Dimension Door arriving in the top and being thrust into chaos.
Yeah, so for a brief moment, ma'am lost herself in the excitement of fighting these massive beasts. But real quickly her expression changes. Glancing around here, just like Nyx, I don't want to take an action or anything, but can I notice anything about how these guards seem to have been hurt or killed to this point? Like what kind of attacks are being used?
Their bodies look pretty broken. So there's a few stab wounds, a few slice wounds. Most of the dead guards seem to be at the north end of the room, whereas the south end of the room, you see quite a bit of blood around the area of that monster, but you don't see any bodies.
Yeah, so he's eating them.
You can make that assumption.
Yeah. Okay. I don't seem to see much that seems like spell damage.
No, you do not. You see
Okay.
some scorch marks. You see a few spots on the monsters that look like maybe, as a wizard, you kind of know what that looks like. So it seems to you as if the only spells being cast are from the two wizards in the room.
Okay. Well, I still want to cast this spell. And I see a possibly fiendish looking thing behind me, so I'm gonna go with I'm gonna cast Fire Shield, and I'm gonna do, I think it's the cold shield, so I resist fire and deal cold damage. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Cool. So I want to do the effect on myself. Resist fire.
Yep.
Check off that spell slot. And then I'm gonna action surge.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, you gotta.
Because you can. Congratulations on being basic.
Actually, well, I'm gonna action surge now. I was considering waiting till I had a buff on my attacks, but probably better to just try and kill the guy quick.
Very good.
Do you not still have a bonus action that you could buff yourself with?
Yeah, but I couldn't cast a spell that would. Yeah. Okay, I'm targeted, so let's start off with the good old booming blade attack. And I'm flanking, right?
Fuck yeah, you are.
You are flanking. Yep.
Ooh, and blast, you gotta love it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a hit.
42.
Lovely.
Amazing.
Barely.
Where's my booming blade? Add some damage to that. All right, and then we'll swing in with my regular attack.
Is also
Love
a
it.
hit.
Oof.
Ah,
Don't
Minimal
love that
damage.
damage
No.
though, but that's all right. And then bonus action, I will Blade Song.
All right.
I already had one checked off. Does that make sense?
No,
I noticed
we've
that too.
nothing.
With
No,
mine.
you guys had a long rest, right?
Yeah, before the
Yeah.
meeting.
Well, when I used Dimension Door, I went to check off the 4th level.
Oh,
Spell slot.
I clicked that one off.
Okay. But I didn't know
Yeah,
if
I
it was
don't-
like an
I
automatic
don't-
thing now.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
you
we
can
woke
do-
up and had the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys didn't do anything. Yeah, so it would have just been the one blade song. Does
Okay.
anyone else have anything weird showing?
No, you were gone when I cast my spell, so I just clicked it myself.
Did you cast Bless as a 3rd level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could target everybody.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, I think we're good. Tuabor, you got all your wild shapes?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
It's Bubbles' turn.
Oh yes, so Bubble. What's your fly speed? 60. So I think Bubble's just gonna have to take a dash action to fly up to the window.
Well, so if he's got a 60-foot fly speed, so technically he's also like over here.
Oh, that's right. I get. Yeah, you said it's 4 stories, like
It's
10
all
foot,
one
4
story, yeah.
story.
So it's 40
Okay.
feet for him to get to the window.
Okay. So then in that case, he will just flutter in this guy's face, the one that Ma'am is fighting, and give the help action to Zwasos. Just kind of flying in between its snapping jaws, and then gonna pop back out the window, kind of around the side.
Okay.
And
Just-
I don't think I control Bubble right now.
Okay. And just so you know, this is what the monster looks like.
Oh,
This is
amazing.
the
Are
full
those
look of the
eyes
monster.
in the tentacle?
Yes, they are.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Where did you find it?
We've seen this thing before.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were in here checking out the
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
they
the
were
same
they
room.
were
Oh
captives
yeah.
before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 So it was here. That I saw
Yeah,
before.
that was here.
Okay.
All right. Check that. So that is Ma'am and Bubble's turn. Okay, so you see.
Oh, sorry. Bubble just was gonna fly out around the side. I can't control him for some reason right now.
Oh, I see. Okay, hang on. Let me fix that. I think just need to do this. Did you see him pop up? Can you control him now?
I still can't control him. Like I can see him.
How
Oh,
about now?
there we go. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just gonna pop right there.
Okay, so that's 40. Yeah. All right, very good. All right, so let's see. So it is this other wizard's turn here. And he calls out, just kill the beasts, kill the beasts. And he is, what's he gonna do? He is going to cast. He doesn't have a whole lot of options here, does he? No, he doesn't. Well, he's a shitty fucking wizard. Doesn't seem appropriate. Okay. Let's see. He's gonna go ahead and cast. He doesn't have a whole lot here. He was not prepared to fight demons today.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. So he's just no, he's not gonna get that close. It's gonna come over here and just cast a little spell.
Yeah,
So
what's the state of what was the actual like beacon in the middle of the room?
Just kind of broken.
It's shattered. Like
It's
so
just shattered.
It was a geode, and you just see pieces.
Oh,
of
that's right.
crystal and
Yep.
Stone just shattered everywhere.
Okay.
Actually, there is still a column of light going on there, so he's just gonna walk over here and he is going to, you see him take a few pieces of something out of a little component pouch. He says a few words, crushes the things together and kind of flashes them at the beast here. And you see a sphere of fire just appear.
Flaming spear.
Do I actually have something for that? Oh, no, I don't. Not on an NPC. Okay, so he's going to cast Flaming Sphere. Those are images. I don't know where I put those. Now they're broken. Now I don't know where it is. It's not. I don't know what I did. He's just going to cast Flaming Sphere. So you see a giant sphere of fire appear here. Let's see. Unoccupied space. And that's it. Oh no, he can't cast it there. He's going to cast it here. And then he's going to take a few steps back. Kill the beast! And then you see this guardsman, and he is being terrified. And he's going to stab at this crazy freaking creature with his spear. And he is going to miss. Oh, boss! Okay, let's see. And so there is a guard down. How fast is he? You know what? He's gonna give it a try. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 55, 60. All right, and then you see this massive bulbous creature start to act. And he just looks around real quick with his little tentacle eyes. And he is going to grab with a tentacle at this guard to his north. And he is going to hit and do a little bit of, well, he's going to do enough damage to kill the guy. And then he's going to eat him. And so you see the tentacle whip out, grab the guy, just crush him, and you see the life go out of his eyes. And then you see the tentacle bring it up over, and he opens his mouth and just drops the guard in and starts chewing.
That's an advantage.
I would like to let you know that I wrote down our entire thing and I've just been crossing them off when they die.
What are you writing? What are you writing?
I wrote down the entire combat tracker because we had the issue before where like people got moved around, and so there's already been 2 guards that have died, and I'm just like, well, they didn't get their turn. He didn't get his turn.
Yeah, when I saw that guard like one hit die, like this one hit I was like, oh boy.
This one had advantage because he's dead and unconscious on the ground.
He was unconscious, that's why.
He just is eating him while unconscious.
Oh my god.
And so you see his other tentacle reach out towards the other guardsman. Whoa, hey. Oh, he still had the other guy targeted. Okay, so who's the sleazy legwork? All right, sleazy legwork, that's still a hit. Oh, okay. He's still alive, but he is grappled. So now you see that he's got this other guard in his tentacle and he's lifting him up off the ground. Tuabor, you are up.
Off the Tuabor.
I'm outside, right?
You are. Yep.
How high is it to the floor that everyone's fighting on?
You're 20 feet from the tower, 40 feet from the window. So it would be 40 feet to get to the window.
I'm just
Assuming-
gonna run up the stairs, try to get up there. I'll
Alright.
save my.
What do you got? All right, so you've got 60 feet if you dash. Are you doing the dash as well?
Sure.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. All right, you are coming up the stairs.
But all I can do right now.
Yep. All right, let's see. All right, this guy's up now. He's got a little bit of different stuff.
Trying to find the right wild shape to play with today.
As long as it's not that.
Did
big,
we
like,
come to a conclusion about if my ape form can use weapons?
I say yes.
Excellent.
Yep.
That makes my decision a whole lot easier.
I thought maybe. All right. He is. So you see this guy. He looks terrified. He doesn't look like he signed up for this shit. He kind of looks around a little bit, looks towards the door, and it's just like, oh shit. He's gonna take a step back here, and he is, man. These guys don't have a whole lot going on. He is going to cast. All right, so he's going to cast this spell here. So you see him take a small little piece of something out of his pouch. You see him kind of gum it up in his fingers a little bit. He says a few arcane words, and you see him do kind of an arm motion outwards. And you see a giant wall of fire appear going here. And so he's creating a wall of fire there. And the wall appears. Everyone makes a dex save. So he's gonna force a dex save on everybody. I think he's gonna do that. Where are you, Brennan? Come here, Brennan. Come on. Where are you? All right. He is going to throw some dex saves. Oh, one guy fails, 2 succeed. All right. So he's going to throw some fire damage their way. All right. And so you see the two creatures in the back. You see that they take a little bit of damage, but they don't seem to be all that concerned. And you see the monster, the giant centaur-like monster, doesn't even flinch. And he's going to take another step back. This guy's like, all right, fine. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's just going to wait behind you. You go first. All right. This guy is grappled. So he's going to go ahead and try to break this grapple.
Behind the desk, maybe?
What's that?
Sorry. I thought I was muted, so I tried to mute myself. But I mean, vice versa.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so you see him like grab at this like tentacle and just try to like pry it away, and he gets it a little way, and then it just slaps right back on him, and he's just kind of pounding at it. Help me! I don't want to be eaten. And this guy expires. This guy expires. All right, so you see this guy. He's now like. So you see him kind of turn back to the other creature there. Let's see. All right, and he is gonna turn and he's gonna say something to the other creature, and I believe one of you can hear this.
Oh. I was hoping it was me.
No.
Yes, I know.
And
Oh,
then,
can I say
and then,
anything?
I mean, talking is a free action, and then you hear the
Yeah,
other one. You
sure
hear the other
is.
one kind of reply.
Sorry. Means nothing to me.
Is Brenna's who's the one that did it? Brennan, right?
It was this other guy.
Darnell? Oh, Brennan. Yeah.
No, you're right. It was Brennan. Yep, Brennan.
So I'm like, right, the door is open, and I'm like, Brennan, you gotta drop it, man. They didn't want to fight. and then in Infernal, I'm like, bargaining, yes. Wizard didn't know that you didn't that you were gonna fight. Sorry. And then,
And you see them both kind of, because you're not even in the room, so it's just kind of your voice coming in.
like, can I lean my head in? Like I'm right by the door. Can I just be like, hey?
I see Dix's little head peeking out.
Yeah.
You see the surprise on their features. Like they did not expect anyone in this room to understand what they were saying.
Stay wild, sup?
And you see him kind of like nod a little bit, but then you see the winged creature kind of reach his hand towards Brennan, and you see.
Oh no.
Oh, that's still gonna be a hit. You see a ray of fire come out of its hand and just blast straight towards Brennan. Oh, I didn't put the effect on him, did I? He has to 11. Okay, so he has to do
Concentration.
Yeah.
So the winged creature is this red guy in like the night suit.
He's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the other creature is like some kind of swamp monster.
Yep. Ooh. This is what it looks like. Minus the spear. He's not holding a spear. Or they're not holding a spear.
And so the demon creature appears to be answering to the spiky creature.
That is correct. This thing.
Ho ho ho. Lord have mercy. Alright.
And okay, so he takes some damage, but he is able to hold on to his
wall of fire.
Yeah, his wall of fire, which is still. I'm just gonna leave that there. Let's see.
They're gonna kill Brennan.
Oh, and so you see him reach up his other hand, and he's gonna take another shot.
No.
Same thing. And
Brennan, you gotta get out of here. They're gonna kill you, man.
oh, and that one misses. So as you say that, he like looks over at you and ducks, and the ray goes like right over his head, and he's like, "Oh fuck, oh fuck, I don't want to die."
Can he not concentrate? Is dropping concentration not a free action?
What's that?
Dropping concentration is a free action, isn't it? You can do it anytime.
It is, if he listened to you.
Oh. Ah, but he just won't because he's a dick.
Because he's scared.
Fucking NPCs.
I know, right?
Knaruck.
Knaruck is up.
All right.
The roof is on fire.
Yes. Wait, am I? No, I'm not.
No.
No. Okay. I'm not on fire, but what I will do
Ooh.
is cast. No. What? You look happy right now, Flash. I'm gonna do Aura Vitality.
Oh,
Right. You know, he was supposed to do another save, I think.
who?
Or ends its turn there. Yeah, he ended his turn still in the wall of fire, so he has to do another save here. Oh, and he takes kind of full damage. He doesn't like that. He's not happy. Okay. All right, go ahead, Knaruck.
Okay.
So Aura of Vitality.
Yes.
So we have a chance to use the new feature I was talking about that I totally forgot to tell you about when we started our session here.
Yay.
Yay.
So you may have noticed that some of your spells now have little icons next to them.
I did notice that.
I also
Um,
noticed that.
So this is what that is intended to do. So that is Narga targeting spell. So what we do with that is you can do this. I'm going to do it the first time, but I'm going to drag that icon onto your character.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, and it's 30. I see.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's cool. It's,
So now anyone within that area is within your area of effect.
is there a way to make it a little less like contrasting? It's very there. Yes.
Yeah, it is kind of right there. I don't know if there's any. I'd have to use a different spell overlay to change like the color or anything like that.
That is a beautiful graphic though.
I
will
was gonna
say.
say it's a beautiful
Thank you.
design. I love the design of it. But yeah.
It says something.
It says Michael Daniel Florabama Shore. I don't know.
For what it's worth, I don't think Aura Vitality necessarily has to fall on him. I think it can fall on a point.
I thought it was. Let's see.
I thought it was around him. I thought because it was an aura, it's centered on self. Is it
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the
radiates from you?
the healing beacon or whatever it is.
What were you talking about?
Don't you have another spell that like puts like a little like avatar somewhere that somebody can go near to get healed?
Oh, healing spirit.
Or no, Spirit Guardians. Healing Spirit?
No, healing. Yeah, a Spirit Guardians is,
Wait, what's Healing Spirit?
or maybe
I don't
I'm
think
just-
you took Healing Spirit, Mario.
I know
Oh,
what
I
you're
think it's
talking
one of the
about,
ones we talked about, but I think you took Aura of Vitality instead.
but I know what Flash is talking about.
Hmm.
Because I did it in combat one time. And we had like this big thing about it. I forget what it was though.
no big deal.
No big deal. Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait. Go away.
Ah,
I know. I don't know how to get rid of this thing.
shoot.
Get rid of that.
Nope.
Okay. All right. How do I okay.
Oh God.
All right. Let's. Okay. So that does the entire area. We'll call it that.
Yeah. It very easily covers everything.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyone in that room, you can use your bonus action to heal.
Anyone in the room, but I'm in the stairwell, so it doesn't cover the stairwell.
It didn't?
No, it didn't.
Oh, bullshit. Well, you don't need healing.
Oh,
Well, just walk a
Um,
little bit towards me, and I'll.
By the
yeah,
time
I
you
was
need, by the
in-
time you need healing, you'll be within it.
Right.
yeah.
All right, so that was your action, and that is concentration. Did you put the concentration on yourself?
I did not.
Hit the effect there. That'll put concentration on you.
Okay.
There you go. All right, so if you get hit, it'll automatically do the concentration roll. All right, so action, movement, or bonus action?
I'm good.
You're not gonna. Okay.
I don't really know. It's a small room. I don't know.
All right, so this guy is going to take a few steps away from the wall of fire, get out of its area. And then you see him create some type of a fire in his hand, and he is going to throw it at Brennan.
No, poor Brennan. You poor fool.
Oh, that is a.
I warned you. I
You
warned
see it-
you.
You see it hit square, and he's just engulfed in flames, and he's like, "No, no!" And then you see the creature again conjure a ball of flame in its hand, and it's going to throw it at him again. He doesn't have any JC, does he? And he is going to
Alive though?
He's still alive. It took a little
The
time.
guys
to
only
get
have
damage
10
there.
hit points. He's still
Oh,
alive.
come on, Brennan. Lord have mercy. Get the fuck out of the room.
Drop your concentration.
And that's it for his turn. You hear Galileo groan a little bit, but he seems like he groaned a little bit louder this time than the last time.
Nick, not to be a rude lawyer, but he needs 2 concentration saves.
Oh yeah, thank you.
As much as I hate to miss out on the damage to the centaur creature.
Right. Okay. So he's going to do 2.
Ooh. Oh, damn. Both those
Oh,
attacks
yeah.
have disadvantage too.
Oh, and he loses it on the second one. Boo.
I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
What are you talking about? What's
Both of
advantage?
them could have been a disadvantage because they were through the wall of fire. You couldn't see.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh, well. Yeah, the other guy was fine because he was in the wall, so he could see. But he can't
Exactly.
see through the wall. All right. All right. What was that? What was that 11 for?
So I made a self roll because it said if it was a certain roll, then I would find has or find has. But no, I don't know who has this. No, it was like a decision thing whether I was gonna do it for myself, not anything.
Oh, okay. Just something you wanted to decide.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna roll to decide it. Yeah, so it was
Okay.
like whether I was gonna stay or whether I was gonna go, and I'm staying. So, last round I took a rag out, and I have a handy haversack little pocket. So I'm gonna boop the stone and boop into the pocket.
Okay.
With the rag.
You're gonna take the interplanar item that warps space around it, and you're gonna put it into an interdimensional bag.
No, just a regular pocket.
Oh, just do you have the handy haversack or just a regular haversack?
Oh,
I have a handy haversack.
Okay, an interdimensional bag.
Oh,
I.
I didn't really think about that. I'm just gonna put it in my backpack then.
Okay, that's fine. That's what you
Yeah.
wanna do.
I love it so much. Go, Nix, go.
No, because I remember that we had the conversation of not putting like a haversack in a haversack. So I'm like a pocket in a pocket. So I'm gonna be like it, and then into my backpack. Just make sure it's like tightly wrapped so it doesn't touch any other of my stuff.
Okay, so you've got a glowing red stone in a rag in your backpack.
Yep. So it's in a thing, in a thing, in a thing. All right. So. All right. So item interaction check. Okay. So Galio's groaning. At least I know he's somewhat alive. Cool. Oh boy. What the fuck do I do? All right.
Run in and fight.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean?
All right, so run in again, yell at Brandon, get the fuck out, and then just run and take this place instead. And I turn. I know I'm like in the combat zone, but I turn to the guy who speaks Infernal, the guy who speaks Infernal, and I'm like, is he cool? Or like, are we fighting him? Like, what's up?
And you see them look at each other, and then the spiky guy in back says, "Kill it."
All right, so we kill this guy, but you're cool.
And you just see him smile. Kill it. We'll talk.
Cool.
Eliza, do you not have enough movement to get around the backside of the centaur for flanking purposes?
Why would I expose myself to this guy?
Because we've established, sort of with cooperation with him. I didn't. Never mind. Shutting up.
Up to you. You can trust
Let
the
me-
spiky creature if you want.
5, 10, 15. Yep. I'm going around, but it's still 15, I think. 5, 10,
it would
15.
be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It would take 50 movement to get there
Oh, never mind.
What?
from where you were.
Wait.
Because you were here.
5,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
5,
7,
10,
9.
15. Hang
Well,
on,
yeah.
5,
Assuming you
10.
did move up into the square you're in now.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah. So from
35.
here,
Okay, so this
you'd
would be
5,
45.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Can't we go on a diagonal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she'd still be flanking in that spot, wouldn't she?
Yeah, that's 45 movement there.
Okay. I didn't want to put my back directly to that monster, but whatever.
So this creature would also have flanking on you, because now it has a creature on the other side of you.
But not
that's
a
why I
hostile
wanted
one.
to. That's
You
why I
don't
wanted to
know
be
that,
here.
Michael.
That's why I wanted to be over there.
Then never mind. Then I'm an idiot. I assume that once we establish cooperation with the creature, that but it's gonna turn its back on us because it's a sneaky little evil bastard.
It
Yeah,
might.
so-
You don't know. It
We do-
might be fine. It all depends on if you want to trust the interplanar creature covered in spikes or not.
5, 10, 15, 20. 25.
So that was 20 movement. So you can.
Well,
kinda
I thought
decide
we
where
could
you
go
want.
on a diagonal, and that's 40, and then 45.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. If you want to.
Yeah.
45
I
movement
thought we could go diagonals. That's why I
you
was.
can. I don't think you can diagonal across like monsters or doors or walls. But I'm fine with that. If you want to move there with
Okay.
the 45.
Okay, that's the okay. So there. Oh, I didn't even click if I had advantage.
Yeah, you can roll another one.
Just in case it crits.
Yep, exactly.
Still hit.
There you go.
Damn.
That still hit.
So don't roll a
Yes,
one.
baby. Ah, poison.
I'm on it. Let me do
I
my
was just
turn. You've already
I was just-
dictated where the fuck I stand, man.
I'm sorry, I was just
Oh.
rooting.
Yeah, Flash, you gotta chill. Zwasos, chill. Chill, man.
The crit.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh.
No poison. Stunning strike.
Bum, bum, bum. T6 Steeds.
Stunning strike is just like something that I have the ability to do. So flurry of blows is going to be my bonus action.
Yep.
2 unarmed strikes. Cat claws. And it's good. Oh, sorry, hang on. Advantage. Cat claws. Oh my god, this
Bites
dude's
it off again.
constitution.
Oof.
Oh, all right. I have one more hit, and I'm gonna do one more stunning strike just to see. This is also at advantage.
That's a hit.
Cool. And
Do some damage. Ooh, max damage. That's nice. Oh.
Ooh. All right.
Okay. Stunning strike. Let's
Rolls
see.
went from horrible to really, really good.
Oh,
Never mind. I'm sorry for jinxing that. I'm sorry.
One round with Nyx. One round.
Ooh.
For planetary center.
Oh lord.
So like I'm hitting and calling and stretching, and then finally like hit like like one of those, like, I don't know, some sort of pressure point, and the creature like
Yep.
like sort of raises up, and so I look at the other creature and I'm like, can we talk now? It's just like out of breath, like and that's my turn.
Oh, it was good that you got to that one. Okay, sorry, I read that wrong.
All right.
Yes.
So you see this this giant centaur-like creature locked up and unable to move.
Yay.
Zwasos.
Half my key points for that. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'd say worth it. Like, I'm going to at a 4th level cast spiritual weapon.
All right.
Remember that Bubbles gave you the help action.
Yes, thank you. So that just applies to my first roll that I would do?
Yeah.
Okay. So then advantage. That's the weapon. Hit. Spiritual weapon damage 2. Boom. And then 1. Up, boo. Another one. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. Blam.
36 damage.
Woo.
And that is my turn.
That's your turn. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Ma'am?
All right. Ma'am is gonna put her hammer away and then hold out her hand and cast Shadow Blade as a shadowy hammer takes form. Oh, I forgot I can cast it at a higher level. Wait, no, I use my, is that a 4th level or a 3rd level? Just let me check. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna cast it at a 3rd level to do 3d8. There's that. Shadow Blade. And let's go to town.
All right.
Oh, that's fun. There we go. All right. And I don't think I have a way to make an attack roll with the Shadow Blade. I can just equip like a different weapon and make my attack roll with that. Would that make sense? Just because it doesn't have the same my Warhammer is a +1, which the Shadow Blade is not. So it gives me damage in the spell, but not like an attack.
Actual attack roll. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So it would be, I think that's right. It's melee attack +6.
Yep. I think it should be +8. +4 for my proficiency bonus, +4 for my strength. It might be adding my dex because it's a finesse weapon, but I should be able to use strength.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
You now have the cast. You can
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool. So first one again will be a booming blade.
Advantage.
That should have been advantage. Should I just throw out another d20?
Yeah, just roll another one. Yep. Very good.
No crit.
Still hit.
All right, and we'll do some booming blade.
Oh,
Come on.
a couple of ones in there. It's very
Eh.
sad.
And just a regular attack now. Should have also been an advantage.
Yep. Just in case.
Well, crit in the wrong direction.
We'll take a 19.
Some damage. Some damage.
That's some damage. Beautiful. So then that will be it for ma'am, because I took my bonus action and action. Bubble is gonna fly right here, do the same thing, help Zwasos, and then scoot back.
Okay.
And I believe that is it for us.
All right. Okay, so you see Dranell. He's going to move his little fire wheel here. So fire sphere, no, that's not. Come on, Daniel, over here. And he's gonna move his sphere of flame over here. And that's it. That's all he's gonna do.
You can't bash it into the other creature.
I don't think so. It says you can't move it into a space, but if something's next to it, it takes damage.
I thought there was a thing with Flaming Spear where if it like
Yeah.
ran into a creature, it did damage.
Let me take a
Or am I remembering that wrong?
I'm quite certain.
If you ram it. Yep. Okay. So he's gonna ram it. He's
Also,
gonna ram him. He's gonna ram him.
Could the centaur have had to make a save because it was right next to it on its turn?
He should have, yes, but I didn't do it because it wouldn't have mattered.
Fair enough.
But when he fails, it is gonna take some damage. All right.
Nice.
I'm just gonna leave it there. And so let's see, Leilon Guardsman here. He's looking pretty fucking terrified, but he sees this thing is all locked up. He's like, yeah, like fuck you.
At advantage, and it's an
Yeah.
instant crit.
Is stunned and insta-crit?
It's well, it's paralyzed, right? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Nope, those are two different.
I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So he hits. And oops. No, that's right. Take that. All right. Yeah. Let's see this guy. He's almost at the top. Okay, so
Come on.
5,
We needed to break free.
15, 20. Oh, he sees the fire there. 25. Oh, I'm coming to help you. I don't know why. All right, so this guy is again gonna have to do a save because he's right next to this thing. Come on, where are you? Where are you, flaming sphere? Not the most dexterous thing in the world. All right, and so you see it kind of, and it's not real happy. It is going to try to bite this this guard that it's got in its arms and its tentacle, and it is going to hit.
I'm gonna use my Cloud Rune.
Okay.
And I want to make it hit the centaur instead.
It and reach doesn't matter.
Right, I believe it's just the damage that carries over. Let me double check. Within 30 feet of you, if I attack, choose a different creature within 30 feet other than the attacker. Chosen creature becomes the target of attack using the same roll. Magic can transfer the attack's effects regardless of the attack's range. And yeah.
All right. So it bites the guard, but it sees that its teeth doesn't really sink into the guard. It seems to do nothing. So it is super frustrated now. And it is, you see it raise the tentacle that's holding the guard, and it is just gonna slam him down on the ground.
Oh, I tried.
Poor little fella. Oof.
Oh,
Boom! You see him just slam this guard down on the ground, and you just see like blood splatter on the floor.
oh, sorry there, feller.
And then it's gonna look around, and it's gonna see two other creatures right next to it, and it's gonna go ahead, and it is gonna reach out a tentacle towards Knaruck. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I still got the guardsman. So Knaruck is a hit.
No.
And it
Why
is
does it have
going
advantage?
to do what
I won.
again? What is going? Oh, okay.
It's not the
I see.
6.
So he still had the guard. Okay, so he does a little bit of damage to Knaruck, and Knaruck, you are now grappled.
Why was the attack to Knaruck at advantage though?
It wasn't.
But
He did 2 attacks towards the guard because he still had
your attack at Knaruck dropped 6 in favor of the 11.
No. No, you're right. Why was it at advantage? Tentacle advantage, drop the 6. No. So you're looking at the wrong one. So the attack towards Knaruck was a 20, 14 plus 6. The attack towards the guard was the 11.
Okay.
It's the top one.
Oh, I got it. I'm flipping. Never mind. Thank you.
Yep.
My apologies.
Okay. So Knaruck, you are now grappled by this tentacle as it starts to lift you up off the ground. And Tuabor, you are up. Assume you are dashing.
Well, how much longer do I have to get into that room?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 speed to walk in the door at the top.
Okay. So I kind of have to dash to get there, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
All right. So at 55, you land there. So you still got 5 feet of movement left in your dash.
Yeah,
You want to take that square there?
might as well.
All right. So that is your action and your movement. You still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
Nope. Okay. All right.
Ma'am sees Tuabor come running up the stairs and just says, I thought you had a plan.
Yeah, it didn't quite work the way I wanted to.
This is the plan.
Just, I'm not done yet. Just give me a minute.
All right.
Gam stairs.
Brennan is not feeling so hot. He's gonna duck behind Tuabor here. And he's kind of scared. He's gonna be a dinkweed, and he's gonna take the dodge action. Let's see. All right, we got another guardsman. Let's see. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's just behind you, Tuabor, so he's going to get to the top of the stairs. And he opens the door and he sees this just wizard standing there. And he's like, fuck, get out of the way. Get out of the way. All right. And then this guard expires in a small pool of blood. This guy is going to come over here, and she's gonna claw at this fuck. Is it? Oh, you don't need. Okay, she's gonna pick up a spear from one of the downed guardsmen's there. That's gonna be her interaction, and she's gonna attack this fuck. Why? Oh, because he's stunned. That's why. Did she really just miss? You missed a stunned creature. What's wrong with you? All right, you got to hit that time. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's that. That's not really actually going to be okay. I'll take that. Let us kill it together. Knaruck.
All right. Could I use Dissonant Whispers on this creature so it can ungrapple me?
What does Dissonant Whispers do again?
So Dissonant Whispers, it the creature has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw, and if it fails, it has to like move away from me. And it says that grappling, the effect is removed if the grappled creature. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect. And Dissonant Whispers like pushes the creature away.
Yeah, he has to move away in a way that's not naturally dangerous to it, right?
Yeah,
like it's not going to jump out a window. It's not going to run into the flaming sphere.
As long I just want to be away from me.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do while I'm in its grasp, I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers because I can't move or anything, obviously.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, buddy. You're obviously not my friend.
And you're just doing a level 1?
Level 2.
Level 2. Okay.
Level 2's 3d6, right?
46 is the level
46.
2.
Okay.
Yep. Assuming that it works. You still gotta
Right.
hit him with the save.
I shall do that. Okay. Boom.
Oh,
Nice.
it just fails. All right. So yeah. So
Get the
it
hell away from me, you beast!
Yep. So it is gonna drop you, and it's gonna move. So it's gonna
Fuck
take
off.
Booming Blade, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we've had this conversation. I can't remember. Booming Blade and opportunity attack, or
Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh, hello.
Yep. So Knaruck, you'll also get an opportunity attack
Oh!
to do on it.
Nice.
Oh!
Whoa!
I'm
Holy cow!
Oh!
That's nice.
I'm fairly certain that we did have this conversation, and Nick, that you determined that it does not, that dissonant whispers, because the creature is not willfully moving, that it does not trigger Booming Blade.
Let's look at it again. I thought I made the opposite ruling, but let's look at it again.
I I argued for the opposite ruling, but I don't know why I said anything. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Let's go ahead and discuss it. If the target willingly moves 5 feet or more, and
Willingly.
whispers.
I mean, willingly. That's a big. That's a big.
Yeah,
distinction.
it's super duper open to interpretation.
So yeah, so I rule this as what is it? There's another something about it. So it is moving. I look at willing movement like if you're pushed, that's not willing movement.
Right.
If you're blasted
right.
away, that's not willing movement. He has to take his reaction and move. So he's moving himself
On his own accord. Like
yeah,
by his own.
he's being forced to, but he's the one moving. He's not being pushed. He's not being pulled. He's not being. So I say yes, it does trigger. Yeah.
So hit him with the Booming Blade.
I think that's how I would. I agree with that ruling, Nick.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you hit him with the oh, that was the dissonant whispers for the 46.
Yep.
That's nice. I thought that was the booming blade. All right.
Oh,
Hit him with the booming blade too.
booming
Yeah.
blade. Oh,
Woo!
got it. Yes.
Oh shit! It's dead. Holy. I did not
Lovely.
think he was that close. Holy crap! You guys just kicked the crap out of him. Okay. All right. He's dead. Holy
That's
fuck.
what you get for grappling me, you wretched
I
beast.
guess so. Man, I thought this was gonna. Yeah.
Mammal,
Okay.
Mammal
Note to
looks a
self.
little bit surprised.
I'm
All
surprised
right.
too.
I'm
Look,
gonna
yeah,
take a quick
surprised.
pee break then, since you guys just killed this
The
100 and
DM just
something
pissed
health
himself. He's so.
monster. Jesus Christ.
That was
Oh my
fun.
god, I'm so stoked. I love it so much. The folk band are unstoppable.
Hell yeah. There's my
Huh.
star.
I wouldn't say unstoppable.
Have we
Oh,
been
my lord.
stopped?
Have we been stopped?
Have we been
Exactly.
stopped?
Every time Nick throws something at us, he's all like, Jesus, Christ. Like, he keeps thinking he's going to try and challenge us. And then,
I mean,
the
considering we almost TPK'd a few times, like almost, yes, but we've severely been injured a couple of
Yeah.
times.
I mean, I'd say the worst that we ever had it was in the fight with
When I died.
the undead so-and-so.
Yes.
Because even with the fight with the barbarians, you guys had a really hard time, but that's because that fight was designed to have all of us there, and I wasn't there.
Mhm.
Right. But we weren't stopped.
So, like, not to toot my own horn, but that's a pretty decent amount of for number one, that's blessing, and that's a pretty decent amount of damage I would have been causing, and distracting clerics that you guys had to deal with.
Holy shit. I just
I'm so mad. I only got one round where my Hexblade's curse matter. Oh, I get 10 hit points. Oh, but I'm not damaged. I'm gonna hit it
do
anyway.
they count? Do they do temporary?
No, it's just heal. It's just heal.
Yeah, you just get life back. Yep. All right, Tuabor, you entered the room and watched as Knaruck killed this thing.
There's still the big giant beastie.
Yep, there's still a big giant beastie and 2 unknowns.
Can
Wait,
I
how is it
have
Tuabor's turn?
the- I don't know.
How was it Tuabor turn? It was Naruck's turn. It just went all the way down?
Yeah, what the hell? That was Naruck's turn. Why is it? Oh, because I had it. For some reason I thought it was the Octiot's turn, but it wasn't his turn. That was Knaruck. Okay. All right, Knaruck, that was your action. Anything else you want to do? Now that you're not grappled, you can move.
Is anybody hurt at all? Everyone seems pretty healthy.
You.
Yeah.
There's a couple dead guards, a beat up wizard.
Can we revive? I don't know if we.
Yeah, can aura vitality revive? I mean, that one technically that one guard that just got smashed down was only status dying.
No, he died.
Oh, he died.
Guards don't get death saves, so he's dead. So you could revivify either of the 2 dead guards.
I'm fine. I'm good.
I'd say use your bonus action either to use the aura to heal yourself or give bardic inspiration to somebody.
Or you can do what you want.
Right.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna do that's the spite flash. I'm gonna do nothing. Just to piss him off.
Nope. I'm just gonna keep myself muted and just muzzle myself because I need to shut the fuck up.
You're fine. All right. Yeah. I'm good.
All right. You're all set. Nothing else.
Yeah.
All right. This guy's turn. All right. So Nix, I mean, I'm assuming that you've got this spiked creature behind you. You're not necessarily ignoring him. So as right, like you're not just like, oh yeah, he's fine. Like what I mean is that when he makes a move, you're gonna look at him. So he kind of saunters up next to you and you look over at him and he kind of looks at you and he's kind of eyeballing you up and down and so he speaks at you. He kind of smiles, kind of nods his head, and then he turns his attention to this beastie, and attacks it. You see him just claw at it. Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna hit it 2 more times because he's pissed.
Wow.
So I'm like standing there, and I'm just like, yeah. And then just see him slaughter this thing in front of me. I'm like, and I was like, sheath my sword real quick.
Won't be needing this.
Yeah.
All right, so that thing dies. All right. So it is going to expire. So I'm going to pull us out of combat here. We may need to go back into combat depending on what happens, but for now, I'm going to pull us out of combat. I'm not going to remove people's initiative.
So that's what I'm gonna say, just in
All right.
common. I don't know if they speak common. So, although if these creatures do not want to fight, they are retaliated due to the firewall. and just wait and see.
Okay. And so this guy kind of looks at you, Nix, and just kind of like backs himself over in the corner. And this guy comes over as well.
My weapons are sheathed. I'm just like, do what you need to.
Okay. So this one here is still kind of holding the spear, but he doesn't have it like leveled at anyone. He's just kind of holding it with the butt on the floor. And he speaks out in common. And he looks at you, and then he kind of looks at everyone else. So what happens now?
Well, I point to the giant pillar of light. That is how, and then I look around and I'm like, I put him in the stairwell. I put the guy in the stairwell. I put it was like, huh.
So as you gesture to this giant column of light, you see the bottom of the column of light start to dissipate. And so like going up, you see the light just stopping, like it was the last bit of light. So you can still see the light up in the sky, but like the bottom of the light is dissipating as it's moving up.
Oh shit. And I'm like, like, so that gem was how Galio, the wizard that I dragged out into the stairwell, how he got all of you here and even wanted to do experiments on me because I'm from the Feywild. So, hey, hi, how you doing?
So, as you're talking, Dranell steps forward. They are creatures of the lower planes. They're evil. We must destroy them.
Excuse you?
And the Cambion kind of lowers his spear towards the wizard.
And
I do not think so.
I just look at the wizard and I'm like, are they attacking you? Are they doing anything? Like, your little friend out there decided to pull creatures from other planes to experiment on. Like, they're intelligent creatures. They're talking to you. Hello.
They cannot be trusted. They're devils or demons.
I looked at him. I look over at the spiky. I look over at the spiky creature and I was like, "Were you gonna stab me in the back?"
And it. And it speaks back out to you.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. He said, "Of course not." They weren't fighting when we came up here. They were in the corner. They wanted nothing to do with this. Nobody wants to be frozen because of some weird magic item. I got frozen because of some weird magic item because I'm from the Feywild, and fucking Galio decided that he wanted to mess with me and experiment on me. And that's how this whole kerfuffle happened in the first place. And I'm just like slowly watching the pillar of light disappear, and I'm like, huh.
And Ma'am just walks over and puts a shoulder on this person's hand on this person's shoulder and says, "I think you might want to stand down on this one. They seem like they don't want to harm us for right now. Let's just talk."
And he kind of like looks up at you, and he kind of looks around the room, and the guards are still like, the guards have their shields and they're still like, pointing their spears at the monsters, but they're looking at you guys for the most part. They're not necessarily looking at the wizard for direction. And so the wizard just kind of, very well, but any damage they do is on you, not me.
We can talk about whose fault this is and whose blame the damage falls on. And she glances towards the stairwell. Once we get this all sorted out, let's not point fingers right now. As Ma'am just kind of like, just ever so slightly grips him a little harder.
And you see his face kind of go to like kind of shocked surprise. And he's like, And he looks back at the door and he's like, I just fucking got here. We just arrived today. I have nothing to do with this. We came here and found Galio messing with powers we don't understand.
Are you a Moonstone wizard?
Yes.
You're a Moonstone wizard. And I just went, "Ah, and I want to do an insight check about the fucking don't know what's going on here.
So I mean, he never said he doesn't know what's going on here.
Or he's playing with powers that they don't understand.
They don't understand. You want to do an insight check on whether that's true or not?
Yeah, I'd like to do my own as well. I'm very interested in what that terminology means. So I don't know if that's me giving her the help action or we just each do our own individual.
Yeah, with an insight, I'd say you both do your own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially since like you're not next to each other to like compare notes.
Oof. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So next, yeah, Zwasos, it's kind of hard to tell. You're a little bit of ways. You know, he looks genuinely upset at being accused. Nix, you get the impression that he is being truthful. They don't understand the power of the runestone. They really don't. And he does seem genuinely offended.
So Zwasos might ask, did you know that Galio was conducting these experiments?
Perhaps we should talk about this. And he looks over at the other creatures in different company.
Hang on.
The infernal looking creature spoke common, right?
Yes, the one in red did speak.
Ma'am glances up. Y'all just want to go home. Is that right? We can get you home. You just want to get out of our hair. Is that agreeable?
That is exactly what we want. We do not wish to be here. We were trapped against our will.
Yeah, we understand. We didn't like that. We tried to get this shut down, just so you know. Now, any of you fancy wizards know banishment? Ma'am just looks at him.
The two, they both look at each other and they're like, "That's beyond our level. Galio can plane shift. I don't know. He can probably do banishment. I know he can plane shift."
I'm gonna. Varnock was here, right? Like in town.
Yes,
Yeah.
Varnock was. Yep, Varnock was at the meeting. He stayed with Dagol.
I'm gonna send Bubble to go, like, try to lure, get his attention and bring him here.
Do it last.
We can do that. All right.
Wait, does Knaruck know banishment?
No.
I thought
No.
we had a thing tuned to the Infernal Realm.
What's the difference between banishment and plane shift?
Banishment sends a creature away. Plane shift, you shift planes, but I think you can bring someone with you.
Yeah, banishment sends it back to the
Yeah.
plane that they.
Plane shift can send up to 8 willing creatures to a different plane.
Wow.
So that would do it.
That would do it. Yep. All right. So
Up to 8.
What is Galio's?
for Bubble to find Varnock, you see Bubble leave and fly off.
Like narratively, what's Galio's like status as far as like, is he wounded? Is he...
I mean, he's in the stairwell. So I mean, if you guys want to take a moment to kind of go grab him, see what's going on. The other guard finally makes his way out, and he arrives expecting like battle, right? So he comes in the door and he's got his sword and shield, and he's like, "Ah!" And then he sees everyone's just kind of standing around talking, and he's like, "What?
You missed
mean,
it, kid.
What's going on?"
I mean, I say we grab Galio, drag him back in here, wake him up with, you know, if necessary, the casting of a spell. I'll cast Healing Word or whatever, and friggin' or I don't know Healing Word anymore. I'm sorry, but something. You know, just get him awake long enough to cast his plane shift spell and get these creatures out of here.
Okay. Are you going to walk over and grab Galio?
I mean, sure, I guess.
All right. So you enter there, and you can see Galio's making some noises. He's kind of seems like maybe he's coming to.
Okay.
He doesn't look wounded, and like you don't see any blood, you don't see any cuts or anything like that. You dragging him in the room, or you like what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, drag him into the room.
Okay. You start dragging him, and he's kind of
He'll be fine.
Yeah, and just like, assuming he's not going to have an easy time standing, I'll just sit him up back against the wall and say, "Send them back."
He kind of comes to, and he sees you. And as soon as he lays eyes on them, not
like I'll dig his spell book. I assume he's got a spell book on him. I'll dig his spell book out, open it up in front of him, stick it in his face.
And he looks at
Send
you
them
like,
back.
what the fuck? What is going on? Who? And he reaches up and he grabs his spell book back. He's like, "Give me that. What is happening here?"
Your little experiment didn't go so well.
And led to the death of all these guards.
And he kind of looks around. He sees a few bodies, and he's like, "What happened? And he kind of looks down for a minute. And last I remember, and then he looks at his hand real quick, and then he looks up. Where is it? Did the stone come back to the material plane?
Where is it? Where's what?
Were you intentionally seeking the stone?
Real quick.
Ma'am pushes past and comes over.
Were you intentionally seeking the stone?
He looks up at you, and he's like, "Well, of course. We had to protect the stone from the dragon."
Ma'am grabs him and lifts him up on the wall.
Send them home, and we're gonna have words.
He starts like slapping at your hand, like he's got no strength. He's just kind of like slapping. He's like, "Stop this! Put me down! Unhand me, you monstrous beast!"
Man scares me more and more every day. I am scared of this thing.
There's just a
large.
There's just a quick little thing in Infernal. That's all you hear from Nyx.
And you hear the grating, grumbling sound of this spiked thing laughing. So Galio's like looking around. He's like, and he looks at Darnell, and he looks at Brennan. And he's like, "Help me! This thing on hand!" And they're both like,
I just cross my hands, lean against the wall next to me, and look at Brennan. Like, was I right or was I right?
Brennan's like,
Ma'am starts to channel her transformation, so like just some like wisps of like hair start to grow, her horns start to get a little longer, and she says,
"You want to see a monstrous beast? Send them home."
And you feel him just like go limp in your grasp, and he just kind of looks, and he just kind of like his head hangs for a minute, and he's like, Fine. I'll send them back. But the stone, where's the? Do they have?
We're not talking about the stone.
But if they have the stone, they could rain death and destruction
Ma'am
upon our planet.
Slams her shadow hammer next to his head.
What are you talking about? Stone? What? Were you after? And then it's like Nick's finally makes the connection. You're trying to bring the stone back, and I charge next to ma'am, and I'm like trying to
I'm gonna throw a little check at you
Which
here.
dragon was after the stone? Which dragon? He says
The evil, the dragon that got taken.
no.
Oh, Lamaruntus. Okay.
I was trying to do shit.
Oh.
That was so close. It was 17 and then it tipped over to 2.
So he's asking about the stone, and Nix is like, what stone? And then you run up and you're pretending to let ma'am hold you back. And so Galileo kind of sees that, and you see his eyes kind of tighten a little bit. And then he looks over at the monsters, and you can see he's kind of like, okay. You see him calm down a little bit, and he kind of looks at you, Nick, and he's like, okay. And he looks down at the giant hand holding him and into the blazing, furious eyes of ma'am, and he's just like, okay, all right, whatever you, yes, fine. We'll send them back. That's fine. Yes. Okay.
Now?
I don't have. I don't. I can. I'm gonna say yeah. He does. He has banishment. He's like, okay. I do. I can cast banishment. I can do that.
I don't want to be anywhere near him because I know he can send me back to the. So I back here around the corner. If there's a way for me to slowly just make my way. Yeah, if I could slip past, can I try to
fine. Yeah,
just back
not,
through?
yeah. You can make your way that way. You're just kind of pushing your way through at this point.
Yeah, you're just storming off in a hop, as though I need to remove myself from the situation.
No, and so you actually, as you enter the stairwell there, you see somebody coming up the stairs. And you recognize Hazior.
Punch! No, seriously.
Roll an attack roll if you're gonna punch Hazior.
Oh my god, yes. Hang on.
She has the higher ground.
Hang on. Oh, come on. Oh, does it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't even want it to be damage. I just pop.
That's fine. You can just do 1 damage. That's fine.
Yeah, 1 damage.
So you enter the stairwell and you see him coming up, and as he's like, "What's bam?" And he's like,
I didn't know you were allowed to do that. You can just do an attack roll.
You can do non-lethal damage or whatever.
Oh, that's hilarious! I didn't know that.
An unarmed strike.
Yeah.
And he just, he's shocked for a moment, and then he just kind of puts his hand on a sword, and he's like, "What the hell? I heard fighting up here. What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Where were you? I know you were in this tower.
I was coming to help. I heard sounds. And in his defense, it's been 12 seconds since you guys arrived at the tower. 12 seconds. But
he was here before us. He was here.
Yep.
That's crazy.
You were here. He was here before us.
Nick, speaking of time passing, while we've been out of comment, how much time has gone by, mechanically?
like a minute or two.
Okay,
Can I just say-
so breath and spiritual weapon have both dissipated by now.
Yeah, I mean, if they're only a minute, yeah, they
Yeah.
would have dissipated.
So can I grab him, switch spots, and just be like, "Go deal with your wizard."
Yeah,
I don't-
sure.
Sure. All
How do I
right.
get rid of
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't like that. Oh, he's a douchebag.
So yeah, so he gets lifted up and moved around, and he still has no idea what's going on. And he turns around and he sees Galio right there being held up against the wall with a giant Loxodon mastodon holding him there. And he still kind of has his hand on his sword, and he's like, I don't understand what's happening here. And he kind of looks in the room, and he sees the two monsters, and like the guards are like not really doing anything, and he sees all of you guys, and he just kind of slowly pulls his head back into the stairwell. And he looks over his shoulder at you, Nix, and he's just like, maybe you don't need me anymore? I'll just stay here just in case. That's yeah. But let's do that. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to cut in. I'm
Okay.
really sorry. Something's come up and I have to jet, but I'll watch the recap. So
Okay.
I'm real sorry.
Okay.
All right.
hope
Everything's all right.
Everything's okay.
Yeah, everything's fine. I just something that needs to be attended to.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'll check in with you guys and I'll
Okay.
love you.
Okay. Bye. Love
See
you.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yikes. Bye.
Okay.
Well.
So yeah, so you see, so Haz is kind of looking at Galio, who's kind of defeated a little bit, and Galio's like, okay, and he kind of looks down at your hand, and he's like, I kind of need you to let me go, though.
Ma'am
I-
pulls him away from
Oh
the
my
wall
God.
and carries him over and just like puts him in front of the two creatures. Not like right in their face, but just kind of to be like, yep, here you go. You've got one job.
So scary.
A hand on his shoulder.
And you see the spiked creature kind of look over at the other one, and the other one you see kind of looks at him for a minute and then nods and then speaks in common. We accept this. You are going to send us back to our plane of existence then.
Yeah, he needs to cast a spell on you. And let me assure you that if there's any funny business, we'll take care of it. He has a lot of incentive to do this right.
And ma'am just pats him on the shoulder.
And you see this, you see like just this wicked smile across the face of both creatures. Like they're very happy about how this is turning out so far. And so again, the reddish creature turns towards the other one, and they lock eyes for a minute. And then the reddish one answers again. We accept this. And what do you wish in return?
We just want you to go home.
You do not.
We don't want no trouble. You were
want
brought
nothing
here
in return?
against your will. I understand that. You just go home and leave us the heck alone.
So you send us back, and you wish for us to leave you in peace. That is the bargain?
I don't know why we're talking about bargains, but
if there
You're-
has to be a bargain.
Ma'am glances back at Nyx, or I guess Nyx isn't in the room. Glances back at Tuabor and Knaruck, like, right? Like, we just want him to go away?
Yeah.
No bargain? You're just going to do this for us? And he looks back
What we
over at the other
do.
creature. And the other creature just kind of like nods. And so the reddish one, very well, we accept this gift with no bargain attached. And they both kind of look at Galio, and you see a little trickle of sweat go down Galio's cheek. and he's like, I want their word that they won't kill me. That can be our bargain.
You want to make a bargain? Go right ahead.
Kill doesn't mean no harm. Sorry, that's table talk. That's table talk. Nick's just gonna try to sneak down the stairs.
Yeah, you see the Cambion kind of lower its spear right at Galio. We make no bargain with this one.
All right.
And Galio's like, and he looks back at you, ma'am. Well, then you make the bargain with them.
Didn't they teach you nothing in wizard school? I ain't making no bargains with nobody. Just send them back before they kill you right here and now.
Okay, I think I'm okay with that. And so he starts to cast a spell. Where are you, Galio? Where is it? What does he have to do? Ooh. Does he have this? Well, he's fine. So you see him pull out a small statuette, and he says a few words, he does a few hand motions.
Oh God.
You see the spiked creature disappear. And you see Galio visibly slump a little bit. And he's like, there. I have to hold the spell for 1 minute to make it permanent. And then I can do the next one. And so the other creature kind of like immediately notices the other one's gone. And he's got his spear, and he's looks a little nervous maybe, now that he's kind of alone in this room with all these people.
Ma'am says, you hear that? He just has to just give it a minute. Oh!
Okay.
And then the creature disappears.
The DM has been banished.
Just give him a minute. He just takes a minute for it to be finalized.
All right. So it takes a minute. Nix, you start to hear somebody coming up the stairwell. They don't seem to be very stealthy about it.
Oh, I was already trying to stealth down a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So sorry. I didn't want to interrupt like everything that was going on, but that was what the stealth roll was for, to like leave.
Okay.
Leave
I'd say right about the landing of the second floor. You're stealthily coming down the stairs, and you see Varnock. He's coming up the stairs, and he's coming quickly.
Okay. Is there time for me to duck onto the second floor, or?
Yeah, I would say so. If you I saw your stealth roll there. That was pretty good. If you want to, not be noticed by Varnock, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm just gonna whoosh.
And we'll go ahead and we'll put you right there.
Cool.
A few moments later, you hear a voice in the stairwell. Get out of the way. What are you doing? They told me that. Whatever. Just get in there.
Quickly go to Haz's office. Is it unlocked?
Yes, his office is indeed unlocked.
Yes.
I was gonna take a quick look of like what's around.
Yep. So real quick, you see typical stuff. You see there's a large map on the wall on the leftmost wall. There's a whole bunch of like papers and maps on his desk. You see there's a few maps of the region. You see a few papers.
Take all of it.
You have a minute to look through some of the papers. Is that what you want to do?
Steal it.
You have a few minutes to look through the papers, and most of them seem to be reports. And
Okay, and then if they look like, oh, sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If
just
they
seem to
like
be
keep
reports,
looking, yeah, if they keep looking like reports, I'm gonna then look at the desk and see if there's like buttons or if any of the drawers are open or locked.
Real quick, give me an investigation check.
Mom. Come on.
Oh,
Come on!
Yeah, so you're right. You know, there's no like buttons. You don't find any like hidden compartments. There's really just kind of two drawers. And in one drawer, you see a small half-filled bottle of some type of dark liquid. And in the other one, you see it's mostly just like paper and stuff, just kind of like stuff. There's no organization in the drawer. It's really just like papers. There's just all these papers.
and if I lifted the papers, like looked, is it?
It's just like a pile. It's just they're not even like nicely stacked. Some of them are half crumpled. Some of them are like there's stains on them.
If I opened up one of the crumpled ones,
as you dig deeper, you find little scraps of like food in there.
I'm gonna take the liquid.
Take the liquid.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking the liquid.
And you kind of recognize it. It looks like liquor, like some type of a liquor.
Okay, and was there any? You said there was maps on the wall. Is it like
There's one big map on the wall. It's on the left wall, and it looks like a map of mostly Leilon, but it's kind of a bigger area than that. You can see a little bit of Neverwinter, and you can see a little bit of Phandalin, but it's mostly like the area around Leilon.
Okay, and there's like nothing, like there's no like anything under it or flipped. It's
You
like
can
on.
like it's kind of like hanging. So like if you wanted to like pull it away from the wall, like you could look.
Yeah, like I'm gonna like look under.
So you pull it away from the wall and you kind of look under it, and the wall underneath it, that doesn't look like there's anything, but on the back side of the map, there's a large picture of Dagal, and it looks like it's got a whole bunch of little holes in it. And it's the back side of the map, so like you'd have to take the whole map if you wanted to take that with you. It looks to you like he turns the map around to throw like darts at Dagal, and then like he turns it to be a map when he thinks people are.
I'm gonna turn the map so it's Dagal. And then, is there any bookcases or anything?
No, he's got like a kind of like a coat rack in the corner where like his cloak is, and like he's got a second pair of boots in a corner, but it's just his desk and a couple of chairs. There's not really much else in there.
So instead of scattered paper, I'm gonna stack it very neatly, and then just kind of like try to get the papers of the desk neat, just to fuck with him. The fuck with him. Clearly somebody was in here, and then I know that he talked to Warlock, so like I'm just quickly like and flip the map over, take the liquor from myself.
All right. So while you're doing that, Varnock comes into the room, and he kind of sees what's happening here. And you know, there's blood everywhere. There's the dead bodies of guards, and he arrives, and he looks around a little bit, and he's like, okay, what is happening here? And he sees like Mam kind of bullying Galio, and he sees the one monster who doesn't seem to be very hostile over on the side, and everyone else is just kind of like doesn't seem to know what's going on. And so he comes, he's just going to come over, and he's looking at like the planar beacon pieces on the ground. He sees kind of this, the faint afterglow of the giant column of light in the middle of the room, and he just comes over and, ma'am, Bubble seemed like you needed me here. What's going on? What's happening?
Yeah, well, I think we've got it mostly covered, but it's probably good you're here anyways. This feller here, just mad to be locked up. We're sending him back home.
That's fair. This is okay with you, creature? And you see the creature kind of like, you know, kind of snarl a little bit, I guess, it being called creature. And just kind of answers back, I am awaiting my turn to go back where I belong, and happy to do so. And Varnock's like, and he looks over at Galio. So, you done with your toys? And Galio kind of gives him a look like, you know, you can see the kind of daggers. He's looking over at Varnock. Yes. It's fine. I'm sending him back. Good. Perhaps you should have done that a while ago. And he again, Galio kind of glances at him like,
Ma'am just gives him a little squeeze when he like mocks
you
Varnock.
feel him tense a little bit, like.
Let's stay concentrated, right?
Yes, I'm concentrating. There, he's back. And now you. Oh, Chris just got disconnected too.
Oh, damn.
Shit, we're losing everybody. All right, so Galio looks at the other creature and he's like, all right, I'll send you back next. And you see him again take out the small figurine, says a few words. You see him close his eyes for a little bit, wiggle his fingers, and you see the other creature just disappear. And Galio kind of turns back. There, it's done. I concentrate for another minute, and then he's gone. Oh. And he kind of looks and he's like, guards, leave us. Leave us. Everything is under control. And you see Haz kind of poke his head in the room. Yeah, everything okay? Yes, just yes. Go back to what you were doing. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
As I'm thinking maybe you should stick around.
Me? Oh. Yes, I definitely should. You, other guards. Go back down and guard the front. And bring some other guards here to clean up the place. We have this under control now. And they're like, yes sir. And you see the guards one by one make their way to the stairwell and heading down towards the front. And you see the other two wizards are, kind of with their arms crossed, and they're like, yes. I think perhaps we need to talk about what happened here, Galio. And Galio looks over at them like, yeah, okay.
I need to check my backpack.
Yeah, so you paw through your backpack and you find the little wrapped up cloth.
Zip the pocket of the pocket, just and I'm like, oh fuck. So I know this is connected to Ma'am somehow, and I don't want Galio to have it. So Nyx's brain is just like, run. So Nyx is gonna try to find a hiding place, not in the tower, but in the town, and try not to get spotted. I don't know if I know where that is. So, I mean, I've been around for a while.
So what is it that you're looking for? Like
A place where I can easily hide out until I can get back to the folk band, but not like in the folk band satellite place, because that's where they'll come to look for me. So like maybe like I know that I've been to like the bar near the docks, and I know I've been to the temple, and
I mean, there are still a few broken down buildings in the town that still haven't been, but other than that, most of the buildings are inhabited by townsfolk.
yeah.
There is so I would say, so this building over here is still run down.
Mhm. Oh, because my token's not in it, I can't see it, but
Oh, I see. Okay. I think I can.
I assume I can stealth out of the tower.
How about now? Can you see the map now?
Yes, I can see this map
Okay.
now.
Yeah. So this building is still kind of broken down.
Yep.
I would say maybe this one is still broken down. But other than that, other than that, the ones that are still broken down are in the process of being fixed up. So there's a couple like carpenters and stuff working.
Wait,
So
what
it's really
happened?
just those two buildings.
What happened?
So there's hang on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. What the-
So there's this one. Which one?
This
That one?
Yep.
That one.
That one.
And I want the one closest to the satellite ranch. So the closest to here. So the little this
there.
guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So I'm gonna stealth my way there, trying to not be seen or blend in with the crowd as much as possible, like hood up, tail tucked, like
Right.
Oh, come on. Oh,
Okay.
all right.
All right. So you make your way out of the tower, and it's going to take you a little bit to make your way out of the tower and there, and then maybe back. Michael,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Holy shoot.
that was Michael. Apparently, there's.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whew.
Kids everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, he's gone now. What? Did he try to come back? What the hell?
Seems like it. Maybe he was trying to listen in.
What
All
almost?
right. So. Okay.
Oh,
We want to take a little break.
like quick break, yeah. Oh my lord. Hang on. He's part of the meeting.
Is there no way to mute somebody? Okay.
I muted him. I have the ability to. All right. Whew.
Okay.
I had to mute you because I had you. So you're listening in? Okay. I had to mute you. It was loud. All right. We're taking a quick little break, but we'll be right back. Cool.
We'll have to.
Yeah. All right. I gotta get water.
All right.
All right. Be right back.
Hello?
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we just took a little break.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Yeah, Justin was gone. You had left. So it was really just Eliza and I. So we just decided to take a little break.
All right. That was bizarre. All right. I was like,
Where did everybody
at the
go?
end of the session, and just like, cool.
Right.
Is Justin coming back?
I think so.
Sorry, I'm here. I was listening in. I just am cooking some food, so I was off camera, but I'm here.
All right. So once Eliza gets back, we'll restart. Yeah. Oh, Salty's on the map. Doing?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here. I got distracted by a dog.
Must have
It
been-
happened.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. All right. So looks like Michael had to run outside and is doing something. All right. So unbeknownst to everyone else, Nyx has run off and they have hidden the red glowing blood red stone. And the rest of you are now in the top of the tower, with a chance to kind of chat with Galio, the other two wizards, and Haz. as it'll take just a moment for Nyx to make their way back to the tower, assuming that they're coming back to the tower.
I don't think I am. I like the Nyx's mindset is they know I had it last. I can't lie for shit. So just lie low, blend in. Don't
Lie low and lie
Mhm. Lilo and Lila, yeah. Because they're so nervous, they're just like they're not as good as sneaking right now because they're like so nervous, like looking back, like but they would definitely make sure that they weren't followed. So before they would do like a loop and then duck into that house.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so everyone but Nyx is up in the tower. So Varnock has arrived. Haz is there. The two wizards, Brennan and Drenell, as well as Galio, and Galio seems to be a little bit miffed, but seems to be holding himself in check with the looming ma'am standing over him. And so, and you can see Galio's finally taking a moment to kind of look around the room and take in like what the place looks like now. And he's kind of looking up at the column of light, the after image of this column of light, and he's looking down at the pieces of the geode. And he looks over at Drenell and Brennan and just asks, so what happened? And they both kind of look at each other and they look at him and they're like, as soon as you touched the stone, we all were suddenly back here. And you were laying on the ground unconscious and the monsters broke free. We called for the guards, and shortly after, they look around, these guys showed up and probably saved your ass. And Brennan kind of looks down at himself and he's hurting. He's singed. His robes are mostly burned away. Like on one side, his robes are singed and burned. And he's like, yeah, not cool, man. I see. Well, I suppose that was a mistake. All right. Well, now that the ruined stone is on our plane of existence, I suppose we'll need to protect it.
Why were you going after the damn stone?
Why do you think that kind of power we could protect the town? We could protect the whole world. And what if your friend Cloglilia Mater had found it first? Then what? We'd all be doomed.
Like we were almost all doomed here? For we saved your sorry ass?
Oh, they were pitiful creatures compared to a dragon. You didn't even break a sweat defeating them.
Ma'am looks down at the gore around her. You want to say that again? Think real hard about the cost here.
Of course, a terrible cost. But what more? What is the cost of 10 lives over the cost of all humanity?
Ma'am turns around and just slams a fist on the wall. You wizards, this is why I goddamn can't stand you. You're so busy looking at the big picture, you can't even see the blood and guts that are on your hands in this real life situation. You're talking about hypotheticals. You're talking about the greater good. Look at this. Look at this. There's no dragon here right now. There's just you with blood on your hands. I want you to take responsibility.
I take responsibility for sure. I'm the one who found the ruined stone. I'm the one who brought it to this plane.
And you're the
when it
one
saves
who
up one of
killed
us-
these people. Say it. I want you to take responsibility for their deaths. It's on you.
Fine, a few guards. Yes, I caused the death of a few guards. It's terrible. That's not what I wanted. But really, did I bring the guards here? Maybe if they were better trained, we could have held these monsters back. Perhaps
So
if you had
we're
gotten here sooner, they would not have
Man
died.
punches him.
I'm not even gonna have you roll an attack roll. You're right there. He's
Yeah. Ma'am just slugs him.
boom. And you see his head just snaps back, and he just like he falls down and he just falls like right on his ass, and like you just see him like,
Lucky I changed my fighting style from unarmed.
this is, and he looks at the other two wizards, and they're like, we told you to talk to us first. We told you we were here to talk about the stone. And you wanted to show it to us. You wanted to show us its power, and you had to. You're the one who decided to touch it, Galio. And you'll face the consequences for your actions. And Galio kind of looks up at Mam and looks at them, and again he just kind of deflates a little bit. I'm just fine. You know, very well. I did not want to kill these men. That was not my intent. My intent was to preserve such a powerful item. But fine. I'm done with this research. You do what you will with the stone.
Well, no. You don't just get to wash your hands of this now. What are you talking about?
Well, what would you have me do?
I just want you to take responsibility for for their deaths. Now you also got to help us figure this mess out. What's your plan now? You brought it into this world. How are we going to protect it?
Well, give it to me. I will keep it protected.
Oh, God. Ma'am just, like, she needs a minute. She, like, walks away. She's just, like, fuming, just, like, pacing over here.
And you see the other Drenell comes over and puts his hand on Galio's shoulder. And Galio, you have done enough. You are absolved of any workings with this stone. As of today forward, you are in the custody of the wizards, and we will take control of the stone, and we will bring it back, and we will keep it safe. And he just kind of, you have to understand. And they're like, that's enough. We understand just fine. We told you to wait. We told you we were coming here, and you still acted on your own. We've had enough, Galio. Look at this room. You could have waited. You were so excited to show us. You could not control yourself. Give me your component pouch. And he like his head like snaps up, and he's like, you can't do that. And he says, do you need me to go get Degalt? Or perhaps we need to, shit, where's his name? Shit. I've got a name somewhere. I don't have his name. Oh, Mishrin. There it is. Perhaps we need to talk with Mishrin about this. And you see Galio's face just goes pale. And he's like, no. No, I don't think that's necessary. And he reaches down and he grabs his component pouch and he just hands it up. to the other wizard, and the wizard takes it. That's the wisest choice you've made in a while, Galio. And he looks at the rest of you. We're going to take him into custody, and we will bring him to face judgment of the Moonstones. Where is the Ruin Stone now? And Galio says, the cat has it. They're the one who must have taken it. And they all kind of look around a moment and they're like, wait a minute. Where is Nyx?
Oh yeah, they're gone. And you're not gonna find them if they don't want to be found.
And so Drenell's kind of, well, that's fine, but we need to take the Ruin Stone. We need to guard it. You mean to keep it for yourselves? Is that your plan?
I think we need to have a real talk about what the plan is for this stone and what the capabilities are. I don't think it's safe for just one person, one organization, one anything to be the only one in charge here. And Ma'am glances at Varnock and says, you cool with them taking Galio? Does that seem fair to you? You know these folks better than I do.
And he looks at Drenell, and he looks down at Galio, and he looks at Drenell, and he says, what's the plan for him? What? And Drenell looks down at Galio. Likely excommunication. And you see Varnock, like his eyes like open, and he's like, yeah, I'm good with that. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine. He'll be imprisoned, unable to cast spells until he faces judgment and they kick him out of the order. That sounds about right to me.
All right.
And Galio's like, what? That's ridiculous. I've been a loyal servant of the Moonstones for... And you see his mouth. And you just see Drenell kind of squeeze his shoulder. I think that's enough.
Wow.
And Galio's like...
Nick, you're muted.
Somebody's muted.
But we could hear it loud and clear.
Poor bastard.
So Varnock kind of looks over at them and they're like, you take him into custody. I'll find Degal. I will explain what has happened. You can send a message to Mishran. Make sure he's aware of what's happening here. He can have his people activate the teleportation ring. I think that's a good idea. Excellent. In the meantime, perhaps we should check on the townsfolk. It seems, and he kind of looks at the beacon and he looks at the after image, and it seems as though things are under control here. I think perhaps we should find a Gult and have a conversation about what happened here today.
I'd agree with that. Ma'am looks over at Knaruck. You've been awfully quiet over there. What you thinking?
This stone. I've seen a lot of bargaining in my years, and this stone goes beyond any monetary value. This goes beyond any. This needs to be set in order. I'm just in shock right now. Great.
Understandable.
So I go with your guts, ma'am. You've proven yourself to me, and then as with the folk band, all of you have proven yourself as having good guts. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah. At this point, Sergeant speaks up, and he's like, "Okay, I think we've got this under control. You wizards, take him down to the bottom of the tower. Folk band, yeah, you all. Why don't you spend some time, clean up this mess? And I'm gonna go. I'll go find Griselda and Degalt, and I'll see to it that they get a proper report for what happened here. Yes. Okay. Great. Everyone has their orders. Let's go." And you see Varnock. Varnock's like hiding like a snicker behind his hand. He's like, "Yeah, okay, yes, yeah, sure, buddy." And the two wizards kind of look at each other.
I know I'm new to this whole folk band thing, but do we take orders from him?
And Haz is already out the door.
I trust no one.
All right.
I'm
the two wizards.
I'm looking out the window right now.
And the two wizards look over at Varnock. They're like, "Who was that guy?" And Varnock, he's the sergeant of the guards here. You don't have to do what he says. They're like, "Okay, very good." And then you hear a very muffled, "Who went through my papers? Who's put in my spies?"
Mamma's gonna walk over to the wizards with Galileo and say,
So he's not gonna be casting anymore. Is he gonna need his spell book?
And he looks up. He's like, "You can't take that." And the wizards are like, "We can and we will. He won't need his spell book. It'll be turned over to the Moonstone."
Or, I mean, maybe it could just be left here.
And you see Drenell kind of smile. "Sorry, friend. There may be some proprietary information in there."
Oh, it was
Maybe
worth a try.
And then
Maybe a
his head
jingle of
kind of
coin.
cocks to the side a little bit.
A jingle of coin might change your mind.
We have a lot of coin, but
I have more.
you're a wizard, are you not?
I don't like that label, but I know my way around a spell book, sure.
Would you be interested in joining the Moonstone? Proving yourself capable.
That's the most I've laughed in a long time. That was a good one.
And he kind of, yes, well, we play that joke on every wizard we meet. Yes, of course we wouldn't actually invite you into the Moonstones. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh no, trust me, I got plenty of invitations to all different schools, different organizations. They come knocking down my door. But you're so procedural. I mean, you've seen it. I'm not going to get into it. Just, it's going to be a no from me.
I understand. If you find there are spells you're interested in, maybe you'll change your mind. We have access to all.
May I ask about the Moonstones? Who are Moonstone wizards? What are you all about?
Sure.
I'm included.
Well, we're an organization of wizards who keep our eye on the surrounding area, make sure that that the political landscape is held in check. We make sure that there aren't tyrants raised to thrones. We make sure that the people are protected, and the interests of our organization are safe.
So you're just lawful wizards.
Of course.
Okay.
And who makes those laws?
Great question.
Well, the council, of course.
And where's the council come from?
The council right now is currently headquartered in Neverwinter, but they've been known to change their location from time to time.
Right, but I mean, who decides the council?
Well, the council does. They've been in place for many years, and when one dies, another is decided upon.
Right.
Huh.
So you got a group of people just buddy and making, yeah, no, I get it. I see what you're doing. Again, it's a hard no from me, so God, I hate this stuff.
I understand. You're a very small group, and you yourself do the same thing, just on a much smaller scale. That's fine.
And I was just asking because I'm just curious. I enjoy,
Yes, of course.
discovering.
We understand. Many people are interested in us. We are, fairly famous. We're a very important group. I can understand you having questions.
I have heard many things. Back to the window.
And if you decide you wish to be an acolyte of
Yes.
a more refined spell casting, perhaps you'll come to us in the future.
I will keep you in mind. But I will have to look into it more.
Of course.
know
Well,
much about
if you do decide to make the leap to a higher purpose, we'll keep an eye out.
Higher purpose.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we should go talk to Daggles, I think, right?
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
go.
and Varnock speaks. I think that's a good idea. Let's find out if it makes sense to bring the townsfolk back to Leilon. I'm thinking maybe not quite yet, but let's find Daggles and let's see what he thinks of this. And the wizards are like, yes, we'd be interested in his input, of course.
As we start to shuffle out, could ma'am maybe get the sending stone from Zwasos?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, you can grab the sending stone. He reluctantly gives it to you, with the promise that you'll give it back.
Yes. And ma'am will just mentally say,
Hey, Nix, y'all right? You okay?
Telepathically,
yes.
I'll say, since I'm hunkered down I'm assuming I'm hunkered down in that house now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are hunkered down. Yeah.
Okay. So hunkered down in the house. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm close by to home. And that's all I'll say.
And ma'am will say,
We're gonna go meet with Daggle. I'll if you wanna meet with us, let us know. Otherwise, you hold where you are. I'll keep you on the line, so to speak.
Staying on the line, but not meaning no.
All right. So you all start to make your way down. You see that the wizards bind Galio's hands behind his back as they lead him down the stairs. As you pass the second floor, you hear a little bit of grumbling coming from down the hallway. You hear some papers shuffling, and you hear something about needing a drink. But other than that, you don't really hear much. So you make your way out of the tower. It doesn't take you long to find Daggult. He really has kind of set himself up near the center of town, near actually where Varnock's house is. There's a ring of guards around him as he's kind of barking orders here and there. But one of the guards sees you all coming down the path from the tower and points you out, and Dagalt starts walking towards you. So you, a little bit away from the base of the tower, you find Dagalt, and he comes up to you. I see the Tower of Light has stopped, and you're all here. And he looks over and he sees Galio, and he's like, "Seems we need to talk." And he looks around. There's a bunch of guards. There's a few, straggling townsfolk that are still making their way down. And he's like, "Perhaps we'd best go back to Cyrano's Sonnett for a private conversation."
That sounds good.
Barnock nods. Yeah, I think that would be best. There's been some developments. I see. Yes. Let's head back to the Sonnett. And so he leads you all back to Cyrano's Sonnett. There we go. I do have that map. All right, and I'm gonna start moving people over. There we go. Knaruck, of course, Bubble's coming. Of course, Bubble's coming. He might show up later, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I don't have one. Okay, let's go ahead and share Cyrano's Sonnett here. Where are you, Dagalt? If I had token for him, I guess I don't. Interesting. Okay. So you'll have to pretend that Dagalt's in there for the moment. Unless I've got him here. Nope. What's up with that? Okay. All right. So you all make your way in there, and also in attendance, as usual, because it is their place of employment. You do see Applause and Logalas and Little Scylla. All right. No. There he is. Okay. All right. So So they all arrive. Let's see. Let's get a nice little picture. There we go. That'll work. Keep paying tokens. You all see the map there, right? Okay. And tokens. We're gonna go over here. And all right. No? Pretty sure I just did that. Oh, it's under L, isn't it? It sure is. All right, there he is. All right. All right, you got to go. All right. So you all arrive at Cyrano's Sonnett. he has the guards kind of make a perimeter around the building, so there's nobody kind of like peeking in the windows or listening in. And he kind of looks around and he's like, it looks like we have almost everyone. Is Nyx all right?
This is fine.
Okay. All right. Just doing okay. Very good. So, what happened at the tower? And Drenal speaks up. He's like, well, as you know, we came here to speak with Galio, and he gestures to Galio about his research into what he calls a ruin stone. The Moonstone wizards wanted to know exactly what his plans were for the stone. When we arrived at the tower, he told us he wished to show us the stone. We assumed he had it somewhere safe. He took us into a ethereal plane, at which point we saw this stone looked to be on some type of a snake-like pedestal. As we were inspecting the stone, Galio reached out and grabbed it. When he touched it, we were all dumped back to the material plane. We watched as the beacon shattered and Galio fell unconscious on the floor with the stone still in his hand. Immediately, his captives were set free. They broke their way out of their cages, and we held them back while the guards made their way to the top of the tower. A few of them lost their lives. And then the folk band showed up and helped resolve the issue. Two of the monsters were happy simply to go home. The other two were destroyed. And Galio kind of looks around the room at the folk band. Is that your understanding of the situation? Is that what happened from your perspective?
Daggle?
Daggle, yeah.
Ma'am nods.
I nod too.
I see.
Also, Nick, I don't remember. Are you able to, ma'am? Nyx would only be able to hear like ma'am talking. Ma'am can't like basically put it on speakerphone for Nyx to like hear the conversation.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And you can say you relay.
Yeah, I'll say just like as things are being explained, like so that Nyx knows the whole story as well.
Yeah, that's fine. And so Daggle kind of walks over and turns his attention to Galio. Explain yourself, Galio. And Galio kind of looks up. I don't know what there is to explain. The folk band came rushing to me a while ago with stories of a massively powerful stone. They were sent by what we know to be an evil, manipulative dragon looking for this stone, and I didn't feel it was prudent to let it fall into the beast's hands. So when Drenell and Brennan showed up, I thought it prudent to take the stone into custody. Obviously, I didn't know it was going to shatter the beacon or set the monsters free. I was simply acting in the best interests of Leilon and the areas around. And you see Daggle, like his face just goes, are you out of your mind? I told you to leave the stone alone. Mishrin told you to leave the stone alone. The moonstones were here to make sure it was safe, not to take possession of it. Well, nobody told me that.
I don't know how to communicate that through the stone, but basically, like, whenever Ma'am communicates that, like, the wizards were like talking about this, is like they were honest that they didn't know about the power, but they fucking knew he was experimenting and went to go see the stone when we said to leave it alone. So that's what
Yeah, so ma'am will say, so if everybody said leave the stone alone, including someone who sounds like they're pretty important to you two, and ma'am looks at the wizards, said leave the stone alone, why were you in there with Galio?
To see it, to record it. We weren't going to touch it. We weren't going to take it. But it's important to have as much information as possible if one's going to protect it. It was not our intent to take the stone today. That was not our intent here. And Dagal kind of cocks his head and looks over at them. Well, what was your intent with the stone? And Drenell looks over at Brennan and looks back at Dagal. Our intent was to learn about it and to protect it from any evil that might want to take it. It's clear to us that if Clogliamater knows of its existence, and he looks around, he's like, then no offense, but it's not safe in a podunk town like Leilon.
It wasn't in Leilon.
Well, the access to it was.
Because he turned it on.
Indeed.
So you could have just turned it off. Problem solved. No more access through a podunk town.
Yes, but from the ethereal plane, the stone can be accessed from anywhere. Anyone can access the ethereal plane. And once a dragon with the might of Clogliamater can learn of its location. Do you trust? Do you trust?
Clogliamater has bigger issues. Evan Death is out.
What?
I was gonna say Clogliamater has bigger issues right now. Ebon Death is out there.
Yeah. That was fun.
I don't know if that can be translated either. Just like
I generally concern myself with the people who are causing a problem in front of me. So far, I haven't seen that dragon go for this stone.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, how has it? If Clogliamater was after the stone, how have they not gotten it yet? I mean, Leilon's a pretty, on the map town. It's weird. Some of this seems weird to me.
And Clogliamater's the one who told us to stop him from researching it. Which, if it had been stopped researched when we told him to, then none of this would have happened.
And you see Drenell, like his eyes kind of open up, and he's like, you do realize that Galio only knew of the stone because you told him.
Wasn't that his whole point in doing this? Was researching the stone?
And Galio looks up. He's like, I was studying the Planar Beacon. I was studying extraplanar creatures. But I only knew there was a stone after you came to me and told me Clogliamater was after it. Or that somehow Clogliamater thought I was after it.
So hang on. Is seeing into the future or seeing into like whatever thing that I guess we didn't ask Clogliamater when we were there, but like, does it tell her like the actual future, or was it a future possibility and we're fucked?
You don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You don't know what she did or didn't see, or if it was true or not, or possible or definite, or.
So here's the way I see it. We got this dragon who you all say is known for manipulating the world of man. So sounds to me like maybe we all got taken for a ride here. So what are we gonna do about it?
And Daggalt kind of sets up. I think you're right. We can argue all day at who's at fault, but here we are. And it seems as though this very dangerous item is now here. Do I understand correctly that the stone is now here on our plane? And Gallia looks up. It is. I brought it back, but they stole it. And Daggalt's just like, Drenell, can you shut him up, please? And you see Drenell kind of put his hand on his shoulder again and give it a little squeeze. And then you see, again, Gallio's eyes kind of pop. And he tries to say a few words and his mouth starts moving, but nothing comes out. Thank you, Drenell. So, is that true, Folkband? Do you currently have possession of the stone?
The stone is on this plane. That is correct.
Do you feel like you can protect it?
Us? I mean, I don't know that that should be the end-all solution here.
Sure. Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Well, what all was your plan to protect it? And ma'am gestures at the wizards.
So the two, we were going to station wizards here to keep this entrance monitored and to check in on the stone from time to time to make sure nothing was accessing it from the ethereal plane. If need be, we would take possession of it, but only if something else tried to take it.
So, is all that you all know about this stone from what we told Gallia?
And so Drenell looks at Brennan again and kind of looks up, and we've done some research since being told of the existence of this stone. We know a little about this stone, but from what we have learned, it is an ancient item.
Well, I could guess that. I mean, what else do you know?
Well, I mean, there's information that the moonstones hold. Not all information is information that we would disclose. But we do know that the last time this stone was seen on this plane of existence was the last time that Leilon was raised to the ground.
Okay, I think we knew that already. So you said you've done research, but you can't really give us.
We're not going to disclose all the information that we've learned about said stone. Most of that information probably should disappear from the world to not be known. But we know a little bit about the stone. We know it has incredible power to change the world.
I just feel like if you give us that information, I think the closer we could get to a solution, because we're not on the same page here. We need to work together.
And Daggalt speaks up. I agree with Knaruck. If you have information, you must share it. We are all on the same side here. We all wish to protect the stone and not have it fall into enemy hands. So, tell us what you know.
Very important, yes.
And Brennan again, or Drenell looks again over at Brennan and I don't have the authority to disclose this information. I am not the one who can make that decision.
Then who has?
And you see Daggalt just like, Varnock, yes, contact Mishran. I want him here. I want him to tell us. I want to know what they know. And Varnock says, yes, sir. Let me hold on a moment. And you see Varnock kind of close his eyes. And you see his mouth move a little bit. And he looks up at the same time that you see Drenell, seems to kind of close his eyes and kind of cock his head a little bit. Very well. Mishrin has given me the okay to tell you what we know. The ruined stone is an ancient item from farther back than the records that we have. The oldest records we were able to find was that the stone was forged during the days of creation on this plane of existence. It has the power to warp space and time. It can change the flow of time, but it comes at a terrible cost. The price for manipulating time and space is the essence of life itself. For one to use the stone, it will draw the life force from someone else and remove them from time and space completely, as if they never existed at all. From what we've been able to gather, there's there's an exception to this. A being with enough life force, enough age, enough just a being of enough power and energy can override that. They can use their own energy to fuel the stone. From our notes, there are very few beings on any plane of existence with the power to do that. Notably, ancient dragons can do. I understand that a lich is also able to funnel the energy in this way, as is the combination, a Draco-lich. Those are the only recorded beings that we know of that are able to use this stone without wiping another creature from existence. It is why this stone must not fall into Clogiliamar's hands. In the hands of an ancient dragon, it can be used without bound. It can change the entire course of humanity. It cannot be allowed to happen.
Okay. See, that clears some stuff out.
Yep, that's pretty bad.
That sucks.
Real bad time.
So dragons, liches, and dragoliches can use a stone without any consequences.
There may be others, but those are the ones that have been
found.
recorded.
Wait, let me just clarify real quick. If somebody not like those old powerful beings, if one of us were to use it, is it us who disappears from the timeline or just some random Joe Smo?
Correct. Whoever uses the stone is the only one safe from its side effect. But that another creature, and we have not been able to determine the link, but that another creature is erased from existence.
Okay. Huh. Oh.
Well then, I mean, not to add to our problems here, but that to me sounds like just about anybody with ill enough intention can make use of this stone.
Right.
Absolutely. This stone needs to not be in the hand of truly anyone with ill intent, even those with good intent.
But I can only imagine some evil being. You know.
Indeed. Someone without care.
Right.
It's just as bad as a dragon.
Yep.
Well
then.
And Dagult turns to Varnock. You were able to dig up some information. Does this match what you learned as well? And Varnock kind of shrugs his shoulder. That's everything I learned and more. I did not know liches or Dracoliches had the power. I did find that dragons at least could use it without recourse.
How many?
And you see Drenell kind of look at Varnock like how the fuck do you know that?
How the fuck did Nyx find that information? Nyx found information on it too. Very
Yeah,
little,
we knew
but-
some of that.
Yeah.
Very little, but we knew some of that. So
We thank Mishrin. We thank Mishrin for allowing the authorization of that extra information. It was quite. Oh, I'm emotionally exhausted. I can't take this. I need a drink. Gonna go over to the bar.
So here's the thing.
1 pint, please.
Pours a tall one.
Thank
Gives it to you. Pours a second tall one.
Oh,
Drinks it.
beautiful. Oh, I like this place. This is a nice bar. This is cool. Gotta cool this place. Cool.
So ma'am says,
So here's the thing. That stone's been sitting there in the ethereal plane for who knows how long? At least hundreds of years, right?
At least.
And now that we've gone after it, it's a big problem, right?
I suppose it was a big problem before we went after it, but now it's our problem.
But that's what I'm getting at. Why do these things never seem... You just leave these things alone. It's been there for hundreds of years. Ain't no dragons going after it. Plagliamata... What? I don't... Why wasn't it just safe in the ethereal plane?
And you see, you see the one of the wizards, Drenell. He's like, look, you're the one that came to us with knowledge of the stone. You are the ones who kicked off the scramble for the stone. And again, that was from Clagliamater's bidding. I don't know. I don't know what Clagliamater has planned. I don't know why she would send you here. I don't know why now all of a sudden we learn of the stone from a number of different places. I mean, is there... I don't know. I mean, there are very few beings that can even traverse the ethereal plane. I mean, there are some creatures that can shift, plane shifters. There are, ghosts can come and go from the material to the ethereal plane. Wizards obviously can traverse the planes. Don't know. I don't know why now. I don't know.
Could one just, because I'm just yelling from the bar, could one just possess the stone and not tell anybody and just no one knows where it is? We're the folk, man. We're lawful. We are, well, for the most part, Tuabor can't really speak for, but most of us are like lawful,
Tuabor just turns to you.
Good people.
Fuck you.
Like, what if one of us or like someone like us was to just keep it under wraps, not tell anybody? It's good, right? I'm a little drunk at this point, so I'm just yelling.
And so Varnock speaks up and he's like, well, I fear it's more complicated than that. I could locate an object if I wished it. There are others that can do the same.
Ma'am, just real quick.
Fuck.
Nix, you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't that be?
Just stay on your toes.
I'm gonna order another pint.
I'm already on my toes.
So what we're getting at here is that it's not just putting it back where it was.
And Drenell speaks up. I don't think that's an option anymore. For whatever reason that we were drawn to it, I don't. I mean, perhaps, but somebody has to guard it. Now that we know where it is, who else knows where it is? And what if someone decides to enter the ethereal plane somewhere not in Leilon and go after it then? I think it needs a new hiding place now, wherever that may be.
To say the least.
Now,
Hiding place.
the Moonstone Wizards have the resources to keep something like this safe. I think we're the best option to hold this item and keep it safe from those who would abuse it.
So that you can hog all the knowledge about it, research it, and then everybody conveniently forgets that you have it, and you just keep it under lock and key for your own needs.
I don't feel like we need to use it.
You might not. What about the other wizards? Can't speak for them. All it takes is one person to come along.
One. Just one.
Sure.
She glances at Galio.
And Galio kind of pouts a little bit. And Drenell kind of looks down at Galio. I understand. I truly do. With someone like me, I won't have access to the stone. Brennan and I, we won't have access. It likely would only be the council members.
The council who govern themselves. You don't see the issue here.
Well, of course not. We hold the power of the universe in our hands. We could raise Neverwinter to the ground if we wished it, but we haven't. You don't trust us, and that's fine.
That's not
But who do you
very
trust?
comforting. Oh,
Yeah, is
my
that
lord.
a threat? Oh my god!
If not us, who do you trust with an item like this?
I don't trust anybody at this point.
Neither do we, to be
This
honest.
stone is destroying me and my
This stone
character.
is nuclear. Anyone who touches it.
This is why we need a collaborative solution, not just handing it off to one party.
Right.
Ma'am looks at Daggle.
What are you thinking in all this? They just said they could destroy your city.
And he kind of
If they
shrugged.
wanted to.
And
If
he's
they
like,
wanted to, they could destroy the city.
he's like, sure. He's like, well, I'm standing in a room with 10 to 12 people that could easily kill me if they wished it. But I trust all of you not to. And trust is really the issue here, isn't it? Is we don't trust each other. Now, I'd love to drop that stone in the center of the ocean and ensure that no one ever knows where it is or can find it again, or just destroy it if it's possible. Varnock? Brennan? Can we just destroy the stone? And Varnock is, an item this ancient? If it could be destroyed, I have to assume whoever hid it would have, instead of hiding it. And Drenell says, there are few items we've ever encountered with the age that this thing seems to have. Just laying eyes on it, the immensity of the power it radiated. I wouldn't try destroying it. Who knows what might happen? I agree. A new hiding place is best, and the less people who know about it, the better.
Yeah, honestly, like destroying
You
this
hear there's
item.
a knock at the door, and one of the guards kind of pops his head in. Sir, what's his name? General Beaufort wishes to speak with you. Yes, let him in. Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. I worry for the safety of Leilon. I know we were already preparing for attack with such a beacon high in the air. I'd like to mobilize our forces. I want to put a perimeter around the town, and I need you to contact Neverwinter and send more forces now. I don't feel this is safe here. Beaufort, you never think anywhere is safe. Nowhere is, sir. All right. Varnock, can you contact Mishrin again? Can you have him send a contingent of soldiers? I can do that. Brennan, Drenell, what can we get the teleportation ring and play? Are we able to teleport troops here? Can we teleport people out of here? What can we do? And Drenell kind of like, there's something wrong with the teleportation ring here in Leilon. Mishrin didn't want to say anything, but that's why we couldn't send you here. We need to inspect the circle. There's for some reason we can't activate it on our side. Well, when did this happen? Just in the last 6 days, 7 days ago? It was when you asked us to send you here. We tried it and it didn't work. We need to inspect the ring. Okay, well then go do so. All right. Brennan, can you take care of that? I wish to stay here with Gallia. Yes, I will go check on the ring. Hold on. Let me see what I can find.
Where's the teleportation ring?
Bubble is gonna follow him.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Where's the teleportation ring? Do we know?
I don't
We do
think
not.
we do we?
Can you just like generally ask?
Where's the teleportation ring?
And Drenell looks at Dagol. Are you sure you want to disclose that? And Dagol just kind of looks at him. Yes, it's fine. It's fine, Drenell. We can tell them. The teleportation ring is, and he looks over at Varnock. He's like, I'm sorry. It's under Varnock's house. We have, the house next door has an underground basement, and Varnock is like, are you kidding me? You couldn't tell me that? And they were like, it was the closest place to the tower. And you wouldn't believe how much rock is under the town. It was really kind of the only place we found that could support a structure. Varnock is like, and you didn't think I would put spells of warding on my freaking house? And Drenell was like, oh, we didn't think of that. Yeah, that might do it. Yeah, that would probably prevent a teleportation. Yeah. Varnock is just like, so what do I need to drop my wards? Is that, or can you, of course you can't move the ring. Of course you can't move the ring. All right, hang on. Let me take care of it. And you see him, he heads out. Brennan, hold on. What? No, you can't follow me. Yes, Dagol told me where it is. And you hear their voices kind of fade away.
I was so worried that like the explosion did something to it, or like this, like 6 days before. Like I was trying to think of like what was 6 days ago in game time, and I was like, huh, that would have been like when they were trying to send him over, and, then I was like, weird. Like, was it us? What did we do? Oh. Not me trying to make a map of everything that's connected.
Oh, that's awesome.
You take the best. You take the best notes. The best, hands down. Like, that's unbelievable.
Well, last time was a mess. Last notes that I took literally because it was like the fight and everything. I was like, we met Evan, Death ran away. Tuabor has a healing ward. We met Zyla. Salty has the barbarian, like all about Salty's little thing. And then I said, Planar Beacon exploded. What the fuck did we do that? I was like, okay, well.
You even convey emotion in your notes. That's great.
Yes, exactly.
That's clever. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to figure out what to do, and I'm like, okay, well, and like it's so weird because like there's certain things connected, like the army of undead attacked Claudia Martyr, but we don't know who's attached to Claudia Mother. No, we do. It's the Druids. But we don't know who else is attached to Claudia Martyr, other than the fact that she has her paws and everything. And then Talos and the undead seem to be connected somehow, and Evan Death is now connected to Llama and the Scaly Eyes, which is connected to Owlbear because of Zyla.
Which we didn't even kill.
Which we couldn't kill Evan Death. So like all of this is like connected on this side, and then Emerald Enclave is like the good guys, I guess, but they're no longer affiliated with Owlbear, and that's why they try to kill Zyla and said it's the Zentarum, but the wizards are not the Zentarum, but they're their own weird secretive organization. So I just have this like giant like U shape. Nothing, like everything seems to be connected, but it's not. And I can't figure out what the connecting piece is.
Knaruck's gonna buy another pint. On his 4th pint now.
Yeah, so Nyx is like in the house and like with scrap pieces of paper, like tacking things to the walls, like trying like that.
Or you like that
the red string is
pieces of yarn.
Yeah.
Are you like that like cliche like detective with a cigarette and you're like you have like newspaper clippings on like the wall?
More of like that unhinged like GIF meme of the guy being like, it's connected, and you see like all
No, that's it.
paper on it and a red string attached, and the guy just has like coffee and is shaking.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So while all this is happening and I'm getting like relayed with the sending stone, Nyx is just like da.
Good. Productivity.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
All right, so it is just about 2:30. So I think this is a good place to call it.
It is.
Oh my god, I'm sweating.
Oh my god.
And next time we'll come back. We'll see what's happening in Leilon and what's next on the agenda for the folk band.
Hopefully one of y'all has a solution because I have no idea. I'm very.
Well,
I'm just drinking at this point.
Right.
I have some ideas, but that'll be for table talk at some point. All right, I'll put a poll up.
Cool.
Oh, this is fun. Oh my lord.
Awesome.
Oh, all
right, sounds good. So we'll figure out when our next session is, and then feel free to chat about theories and next steps, and we'll see what the game throws at you next.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Oh.
All right,
I'll see y'all.
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.